Morning, folks. How are we all doing? Hello to everyone who was here early as well, obviously. Hello, Mama D. Hello, Arif. Hello, Artie. Hello, Shane. Hello, Biggest. Hello, Take the L. Hello, Bend Over. Hello, Callum. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Yamoya. Hello, Take the L. Hello, Unlimited Gamer Works. Hello, Sad Dog. Hello, Decision. Hello, Slippin' Jimmy. How are we all doing? We all having a fan-dabby-dozy, fantastic Saturday. I truly hope that you all are. I hope you're all having a good one. Hello, Octo. Hello, Acid. Hello, Blake. How are we all doing? You watched the Sunny V2 Amberlin vid. I watched the Sunny V2 Amberlin, right? I already watched it because someone said, oh, you should do a reaction to it. It was like, oh, well, I already watched it. And, like, it's obviously good. It's a Sunny V2 video. You know, they're all, like, top quality. So it's really no real way around that. But it's, I don't know, like, if a reaction would be amazing for it because it's just kind of listing off like general information just about her weight loss. It's nothing like, you know, Stranger Starling or any massive dramas she did. So I think it's probably better just to go with something along the lines of saying it's very good and recommending people go watch it, which obviously I should do. And hello, Gilberto and everyone. So yes, and JJ and Caleb. Yes, potatoes in chat, everyone. Potatoes in chat. You're on the Boogie stream. You're on the Boogie stream. Yes. Hello, Vinegar as well. So I thought, okay, so I kind of just have a chat about how this went first. Because we're gonna go through the proof video. We're gonna watch it. Why not? But I probably should say quickly, I have already seen it. Originally, my intention was to do a reaction to it because everyone came out and said you should do a reaction to it. People already came out and said, okay, you should do a reaction to it because, you know, it's so bad and everything like that. And I did watch it. But yeah, it wasn't. I don't know. It came out to be a video I wasn't overly fond of. I didn't think it was the best thing in the entire world, so I just decided not to upload it. So yeah, so I thought we'd just talk about it on stream instead because I hadn't streamed this week at all. Have I? I don't think so. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't think I have. I missed my hump day stream. I've been busy. Can we get balls in chat? We always get balls in chat. Balls all over my chat. A March recap? Yeah, there's going to be a March recap. I'm going to talk about it on the March recap, but I thought we'd just watch it here together anyway, because some people haven't watched it. They like to sit down, they like to wait for someone to do a reaction to it. I know a lot of people aren't really wanting to do a reaction to it because in my original video, I described it as being similar to the Boogie cancer video. Because like I don't think a lot of people really want to cover it because it will just look like beating up someone who is like trying their hardest to fake cry on stream. So I think for a lot of people it'd be seen as a low-hanging fruit and kind of mean and rude to do. So I thought, you know, why not? We'll watch it together because I know a lot of you guys probably would like to. Proof video is one of the weirdest you've seen recently. It's kind of weird because I still, that's why I titled my thing, he forgets to give any proof, because I don't know what I came away from the whole thing being like, I don't know what the proof is. I don't know what was the point of calling it proof. It just feels like that's just a purely clickbait title. Like he's gonna drop some truth bombs on us and he's gonna like show proof of some allegation or something like that. But no, we didn't get anything like that. It just was kind of like I'm sad, guys. By the way, I'm totally sad. I'm just sad, and then that's pretty much it. That's all I really have. So yes, I thought we will have a wee chat about this. And then maybe chat about a few other things as well. Maybe watch one other thing. I've got one other thing I have in the background that I haven't watched yet. And I thought maybe we could watch together. It's not using my usual bit, but I think it's very much connected to the proof video. So yeah, we'll talk about that when time comes. You want to know what ruins lives, gamer? JJ, I don't know. I have no idea. Diabetes? Oh, okay, diabetes. What's the deal with diabetes? Or he just acted sad and then immediately makes a normal video and live stream. Yeah, that was the thing with the proof video in particular, because because I hadn't reacted to him originally. I think I only like filmed a reaction for it yesterday. It's so weird to see it and then see like it's like, you know, 4 days ago and then 2 days ago, like barely a day later, because it's nearly 3 days ago. It was like full soy face front cover. I haven't watched this one yet. Maybe we could watch this one too. But it's just you just watch and go like, really, are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? And then you look at him on Twitter and he is arguing with pretty much everyone in the entire world on Twitter because he's trying to go, I don't know, he's trying to go hard for the DSP DSP fan base now. He's arguing against them because I think Tipster and like Review Tech USA were arguing with them because of them kind of being weird and wanting his bank statements and all, which I do have to admit I agree with. I think that is incredibly weird. I have always had the opinion, and I've always been very vocal about it, that the worst thing about DSP's whole thing is his community, because you can't even like troll him in a fun way anymore. You can't watch his stuff and be like, oh, look at the weird goofy pig roach guy. Look at him, he's begging for money. Because in the corner you've got like the Sons of Kojima level people being like, I hope he dies. Okay, let's hack him. Let's get him. I want to see him on the streets. It's like, okay, cool. He's just a weirdo online, bros. So I don't know, maybe just calm down. You know. Also, obviously, hi to everyone who came in that I haven't. How many of Boogie's fan base consists of dead YouTube accounts and DSP fan base? His fan base consists of detractors. Nobody unironically loves DSP. I unironically love DSP. He's my favorite content creator. Have you seen the recent Twitter meltdown? Are you talking about his recent Twitter meltdown about the DSP thing? Because yes, I have. I've looked into it, not super much, like, but I have looked at it, and I've just kind of cringed the whole way. My favorite bit was when he got absolutely like owned by some guy who pretty much just said, because he used to say, oh, I can't believe anyone would spend their lives like that, and some guy pretty much came out and told him to stay in his lane, and it's just like, well, I've never shot a gun in a school zone, so maybe you should stay in your lane of expertise, and I'll stay in my lane of expertise, and I won't talk about that. Which is like, yeah, okay, that's a fairly solid point. But yes, I don't know. It's weird for me, especially because this is not long after Boogie, when he was raging about me, was complaining about like, he only talks about fat people, that kind of thing. And then so it's like, oh, why are you only talking about fat people? DSP's right there, you control him. And it's just like, it's kind of weird that you're kind of like aiming people towards like targeting DSP, and then like a week or two later you're crying about people like bullying DSP when that was something you seem to have specifically asked for 2 weeks ago when you wanted people to get away. Or do you unlist that, Mom, and then relist it? Justin, I originally had unlisted it because I considered like editing it and stuff like that, because I don't know, like a couple of my older videos I'm not overly fussed with. So I was just like maybe I'll put it down, and maybe I'll re-edit it or something like that. But then in the end, I was just like, whatever. I couldn't be bothered. I just couldn't be bothered, because I was thinking about going through and trying to clip out some bits off it and all, but I don't really know how to use a YouTube studio, so it's just like, whatever. Just whatever. I just don't care. Kubo Canary, Whole Life ID, Water Shaman, yes, no. Firstly, Thomas P, thank you very much for the super chat. I have never really watched Kubo, or however you pronounce your name. I've heard she's a lot of fun, apparently, kind of chaotic, but yes, no, unfortunately, not someone I've ever watched. I haven't watched a lot of the ID girls. They just, I don't know, they never really did much for me. I watched a bit of Ollie back when she first premiered, and I'll stick my head into her streams every once in a while, but that's about the long and short of it. Also, like when he got clapped by this guy talking about black cups of narcissism on a V2 video. I didn't see that one. I need to go through the whole story at some point, just look through all of it. Do you think this is PO watching Boogie's YouTube? I don't know. Do you think PO? I don't know who PO is. Flamenco video is still coming down the pipeline. Justin, that is so odd that you mentioned that. Justin, it's so odd that you mentioned that. It's so weird that you mentioned flamenco. It's almost like I intended to talk about him a wee bit later on in this live stream. Yes, the flamenco thing is coming down the pipeline. For anyone who doesn't know, FlamencoTV's next co-host on their Alpha Tour, Parole Officer. I doubt it. Sad dog, I doubt it. I think Parole Officers probably are busy enough without sitting there watching every video and live stream Boogie puts up, so I highly doubt it. I said in my thing, I don't know the legality of it. Pigmento, Fagmento, all that kind of stuff. Yes, whatever. Momenco, all the nicknames in the world. Pedmenko. Yeah, he's for anyone who doesn't know, Flamenco is someone I am planning on making a video of. I went through and watched a lot of live streams and stuff like that, but unfortunately a lot of his live streams are outright boring, and he nuked a lot of them, like a lot of them, and I like to try and have a general picture, because I wanted to do like an in-depth kind of like, who is Flamenco, and can I have a discussion about him. And then he recently got his Twitter back. He is a Twitter freak. I will say that unironically. He is a Twitter freak. He like the term Twitter freak was originally brought up as like you're a weirdo on Twitter, you're obsessed with Twitter, you live vicariously through Twitter, your entire life is Twitter. It became like a anti-trans thing Like, did Flamenco finally show his girlfriend? I don't think so. I think it became then like a rallying cry against people who like harassed Silverveil and Pika Me and all, and it became like an anti-trans thing. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like you can't have rational discourse because, like, you know, like Gamergate, where originally like the intention was to call out bad journalism, and it was like a totally valid argument, but then people like very quickly just can't control themselves, and they're just like, oh, women are whores. I hate women talking about my video games. Video games are for men. That kind of thing. And like entirely unironically, like Flamenco is unfortunately that. So any discourse around like the issues with the Hogwarts Legacy thing is kind of getting like totally ruined by people like Flamenco, who are just like, hey guys, I hate all these Twitter freaks. Wink, if you know what I mean. Wink, if you know. Do you know what I think? Wink, I think you know what I mean. Ah, that kind of thing. Where it's like, okay, we get it. It's anti-trans. We get Flamenco. Flam, can you stop? Flam, can you stop? Flam, can you stop tweeting for 1 fucking second? We get it. Flamenco just he breaks me. He got his Twitter back, and originally, see, my intention was to end my video being like, he is. GamerWorks, the far left and far right are such buzz kills nowadays. Exactly that. That's why I don't do politics, because I look at both sides and I'm just like, you guys aren't fun. You guys just aren't fun. You don't realize you're equally as cringe. But that's the thing with like Flamenco got his Twitter account back, and I was intending to end my video by being like, he's an idiot. Flamenco is. Anytime I find the footage of Graveghoul clip where Boogie makes her uncomfortable, I did. I actually can show that to you in just 1 second. I will have to dig it out somewhere. Where is it? But yes, so Flamenco, I'll get that in a second. Remind me in just 1 second here. But because you guys know me, I'm all over the place. So Flamenco, unfortunately, got his Twitter account back, and I had intended to end the video by saying, look, Flamenco's an idiot. He's an idiot, he's bad at debating, and he's a weirdo. But he's not like the worst person in the entire world, and I don't think he's into kids. Personally, I don't think he's into kids. And that's how I intended to end the video by saying, look, he seems to be moving away from the drama sphere, which is fantastic for him. He seems to be moving away from the drama sphere because he's not good at it. He seems to be mainly covering VTuber stuff now. Good, fantastic. That's a niche market. He seems to do fairly well in it. Brilliant. Do that, Flamenco. Then he gets his Twitter account back, and it is non-stop arguing with everyone, constantly like vague tweeting about like Nicholas Diorio and Augie and Boblax and all, constantly whining, and then immediately he gets caught up in a massive drama about like an Uber lolly who is complaining about transgenders and non-binaries, and people call him out for it. And like, I'll let you listen to this woman's voice for like a second here.
Has anyone seen him being harassed on I woke up today to like 150 quote retweets on the latest tweet, and I was like, whoa, what is this? And there were a bunch of non-binary 12-year-olds with pronouns in their bio.
Okay, so that's Shondo, okay? And Newman Core says Shondo is based. A lot of people, like, are really leaning, because, like, VTubing used to be, like, very apolitical. Is that some kind of voice filter? We'll get to that in a second. So, VTubing used to be very apolitical, and that's personally why I liked it. Because big companies like HoloLive, like Cover Corp and all, Nichi Sanji, they generally try and avoid politics. They generally just try and avoid politics because they're a company. They want money. Okay? Shondo is British. From what I know about her, at the very least. So they want money. So they generally avoid politics. So you weren't going to like a Gura stream or like a Mio stream or a Botan stream or a Fubuki stream, and they were just like, they were talking about like, yeah guys, Black Lives do matter, and you're just like, bro, I'm here to watch you play a fox god spirit who really likes playing Splatoon. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for someone who plays video games and is having fun and is like a charismatic, interesting person. That's kind of what I'm generally interested in. But the problem is the West ruins everything. I'm going very Chantel here. The West ruins everything. And as more and more VTubers popped up, they started catering to more niche audiences and started becoming just popular because they catered to certain audiences. Like Pipkin Pippa, while she is funny enough, generally, like, I don't think people can honestly deny that a lot of her fan base is because she is super, super edgy, right wing, constant making Jews jokes like over and over and over again. So whatever, people can like what they like. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. But this character's a lolly, okay? This character is very clearly a lolly. Shondo was very clearly a lolly. Shondo puts on a goo goo gaga baby voice, and talks about BS stuff, which is like their marketing gimmick, which is fine, whatever. But then you have people like Flamenco arguing that Shondo is not a lolly. If you think Shondo was a lolly, it must be because you're into kids, not because he's into kids, because you're into kids, and that this is her real voice. And it's like, bro, can we, okay, look, I'm a grown-ass man, can we just not insult my intelligence here? She is putting on a Goo Goo Gaga voice, and it's like, well, did you not know that her mom was on stream once, and her mom said that she actually does sound like that in real life? And it's like, okay. I don't believe you. It's like Eugenia Cooney's mom like came on like live stream recently and said she isn't worried whatsoever about Eugenia Cooney's incredible thinness. If anyone knows who Eugenia Cooney is, she has an eating disorder. She is literally a skeleton. Her mom said, I'm not worried at all about her eating disorder. And it's like, well, you should be. But the thing is, she's monetarily incentivized to not really care that much about her daughter's eating disorder, because unfortunately it does earn a lot of money, That's kind of how I feel with the whole Shondo thing. Yes, Midnight, hello everyone, and hello to everyone as well. Like, sorry, loads of people popped in here. So it's fine, like whatever. People can like Shondo and say, oh, like I like her, she's based, because like there's this clip. I actually saw this clip, however long ago it came out, like not long after it came out, and I actually was like, that's kind of funny. I don't know who that person is, but it's kind of funny because the clip is silly. So here we go. I'll play this clip quickly. This is her doing ban appeals.
Nerdy nerd. Hi. Sorry, I was off my meds. So
that's like the only clip I saw of her like ages ago when it first came out. I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of fun. That was kind of funny. I had no idea who this person was at the time. That she's the super base person now, who's the most base person who's ever existed. So it's fine. I don't. People can laugh and say, okay, whatever. This is like someone doing a Goo Goo Gaga voice. It's ironic, whatever, cool. But it just, I don't know. When it gets to the point where I have Flamenco like clogging up my timeline, because I decided to follow him just to see what he was doing for the purposes of my video, and very quickly I unfollowed him again because constantly there were just tweets of him just like flipping out about people, vague tweeting, being like a jealous ex-girlfriend, upset she's not in the friend group anymore. Just all this stuff. Constantly. And then starts arguing. Because like someone asked him, I'll see if I can actually find this here quickly. I'll see if I can find this and bring it up on screen, because it is just so dumb. Is this it here? Okay. Oh, God. And look, I'm not technically minded, you'll know, so I'll read this out for you. He complains that they also have this autistic fixation on hating anime as pedo shit, whilst defending the person giving minors HRT behind their parents' back with no doctor oversight, and the HRT was tainted by cat hair. Someone says, Flamenco, didn't you retweet that pedo-baiting VTuber who intentionally and admittedly poses as a prepubescent girl while drawing nudes of the character? That feels kind of pedo-adjacent at the very least. Now, the thing is, I had a look, and yes, she does, like, I don't know if she draws it or anything. I have seen her retweet, like, upskirt shots of her character and stuff like that. So that's kind of where we're getting like, this is getting weird. It's kind of getting a wee bit weird. So the guy says, like, it's just literal pedophile attraction center. She speaks like this child, shows herself as one, acts like one. If you watch that shit, you are one step close from CP. Flamenco responds, I mean, that's a reasonable take from a mentally stable person. If watching Shondo made you feel that way, you might want to seek psychological help and distance yourself from children. Which is like, okay, look, that is the worst defense I have ever seen. If someone says, you're watching weird lolly stuff and it's creepy and she's like drawing like sexualized art of her character and like retweeting it and all, bro, like, come on, bro. If your response is, well, if you feel like that, maybe you're the one who likes children. It's like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's like if you see like a 500-pound person eating a hamburger and you're like, bro, you really shouldn't be that. It's like, whoa, why? Are you worried that you're fat and have heart conditions? Like, no. Like, what? What are you talking about? So the guy comes back, yeah, cute try. Literally everyone recognizes the speech pattern she was putting on as a child. It took my girlfriend 3 seconds of listening to ask but why it was. Can't speak of Twitter freaks when you watch this stuff. Can have and will do again. So, what age do you think the avatar in her custom speaking tone is designed to portray her avatar's age as? Gives an age range. I think Shondo said she's like 20, but that might be a rat, because I hate any VTuber fan who like unironically uses that term. I think it's meant to mean narrative. I did not know. Works for anime that anime you reviewed. Really? Oh, that makes me sad. That's a little I'm the little sister now anime already? Oh, that makes me somewhat sad because that anime ruined my soul. But so not sure on that one. The stream she did with her mom had her mom confirm that's her normal voice. So I guess whatever her age is, IRL. Like, really? Are we seriously doing this? That this... Where is it? Where am I? That this is an accurate representation. Because she said, I'm 20 in real life, and her mom said this is the same age, which, by the way, I also just don't believe. This must be... The character's age must also be 20 as well. I guess, because I think she maybe might have said that, but I don't know. That's his argument for it. And our avatar speech patterns? Come on, bro, this is just cool. Oh, the speech pattern are just to sell a gap moe aesthetic. Take a cute, wholesome visage and say fuck a lot. It works. Guess it just sounds and looks like an obvious sexualized child image to the rest of the world. Maybe the only true weebs are the one to partake in such fine delicacies. I mean, I don't know, man. Not sure why your first thought when seeing Shondo clip is people jerking off to it. Good luck with your intrusive thoughts, I guess. I have posted new drawings of myself. I have 2 more nude drawings. We all know what you are. I can't believe the former premier Vosh hater followed in his footsteps. Okay, so there you go. It's obviously a put-on voice. It is obviously a put-on voice. I don't care that the mom came out and said, no, oh yeah, it's a real voice, because the mom's incentivized to say that. Loads of VTubers have their moms come on, and their moms aren't being like, Pecora, yeah, she's just playing a character. Yeah, Pecora's just playing a character here. Yeah, no, they're incentivized to agree because it makes their kids lots of money. And just his general copage of like this. No. She must. The character must be 20 because like he avoided answering the question as best he can. But it's like, the character must be 20 because I think she's 20 in real life, maybe. So must be it. Also, her voice, yeah, that's totally real. She's a real Goo Goo Gaga voice. I was watching that and I was like, God damn it! Like I intended to end my video in a somewhat hopeful message for Flamenco, and then this all happened, and he's gloating about the amount of attention he's getting, and he's like trying as hard as he possibly can to get like Pipkin Pippa's attention and stuff like that. Like he was like doing a live waiting room for her when she was going to do Hogwarts Legacy, and he wanted to raid into her just to try and see if he could get her attention. I guess he was trying to talk to her in chat and all. She wasn't answering him. Because back in the day, she used to talk to him because he used to be bigger than her, and she used to like engage them a wee bit. But now, with all of his drama, he is a toxic person. Like I don't think you'd really want to connect with him too much. Even if you don't believe like everything people claim about him as true, you still probably don't want to engage him because he's just so toxic. He's just showing himself as someone you can't really trust around you, because he will flip out at a moment's notice, spam your inbox if you don't talk to him for 2 days, all that stuff. So. Yes. There you go. That's my flamenco rant. That was meant to be towards the end of the video. I do apologize for you guys who are obviously not here for that, but I thought I might as well just cover that very quickly at the start here. Oh, someone actually did ask as well about the clip of Boogie making what was it? Not Spooky Weeb Trash. That's Flamenco's weird friend. Graveghoul. Okay, there you go. Jesus, that's loud. Okay. Here we go. Oof. So this is the clip where, if anyone remembers, Boogie, back when he was doing his documentary video live stream thing with Mike Clum, argued that Flamenco seems to burn every bridge. Flamenco just can't not burn bridges. He is like an arsonist that randomly hates bridges. He hates infrastructure. He is intent to burn every bridge he can ever possibly get near. I don't know. I don't know. Like, he's a weirdo. You're gonna be watching HoloFest next week? Probably. I have no idea, actually. I'd forgotten it was. My intention is next year to try and actually go to it. Maybe that's my face reveal. You'll look for the fucking, like, random drunk guy in the crowd and you'll see me. Who's the wide-shouldered woman? Hey, that's mean. Graveghoul's not that wide a shoulder. She does kind of have, like, bigger lats than him, though. Traps, even. So, yes, this is Graveghoul. This is a woman that was doing some videos collaborating with Boogie. Boogie wanted to try and make this into a relationship as a sugar baby. However, she wasn't interested in him and seemingly only wanted to hang around with him as a way of promoting herself. And it didn't really work overly well. He's doing something in LA this year, I'm going for sure. Oh, that's cool, Artie. Oh, I hope you have fun, mate. So, yes. This is Graveghoul. When Boogie was talking about this, she has an OnlyFans now. Oh, okay. See, I haven't followed her because, like, I have to admit, I don't really keep up to date with, like, his sugar babies. I don't, like, see what Lucy Fox is doing. I don't see what Dez is doing or anything like that. I don't really follow any of those people once they're out of the storyline because I'm like, well, who cares? You know, like, I'm interested in this bit, not this bit. But yes, when he was on his live stream with Mike Klum, he claimed that the whole thing was that this is a bit between him and Graveghoul. The clip's like 30 seconds long. This is a bit between him and Graveghoul where he would pretend to, like, touch her on the shoulder so she could act weirded out, and it'd be like a funny bit between the two of them, and that's why Mike Klum had to let him touch him on the shoulder as well to prove how this is all makes sense. Meg on the face, who wouldn't want to follow her on OnlyFans? Jesus Christ. I don't know what. See, that's the thing. I've never seen her, like, from, like, here downwards. You know, I don't think I've ever seen her standing up because I haven't watched a lot of videos with Graveghoul or any of the live streams or anything like that. Boogie, for some reason, is like the internet version of Jared Fogle if he never lost weight and became a professional victim. Well, I think Jared has done a more heinous things. I don't know a lot about Jared Fogle. He's a Subway guy. I've just heard that he went fully into liking kids. Like, Jesus, fuck, that is loud.
That's not an insult.
I do not like that.
You do not like that?
No, I've gotten probably 1,000
There's and of course there's like probably copyrighted music going off in the background here.
times, but I mean,
So I'm gonna have to, like, talk over it. I'm gonna have to pause it occasionally and stuff like that because I could do without my stream. My stream's already demonetized. Obviously, it was demonetized a minute in, but I don't want to get a copyright strike as well because that's annoying. Because it means I have to cut this part of the video. So
I think you're pretty. Sorry.
it just I think you're pretty. I think you're pretty. We touch me later on tonight. I think you're pretty. Remember when like Boogie claimed that he was like the nicest, like kindest person in the entire world who girls just fall for because he's like so nice, he just treats them like real humans the entire time. JC, this is Graveghoul. This is regarding Boogie claimed he never touched this girl called Graveghoul in the leg, and she was never uncomfortable around him. This is a sugar baby he was trying to get with, but she didn't want to be with him. Sorry, my throat's drying up a wee bit here. He looks like a generated version Jabba the Hutt. Oh, that's so mean. He looks like a stretched DSP.
also don't touch her. Don't touch people.
Oh, I'm sorry I touched you.
Oh no, you're Boogie. You're my buddy. It's not like I'm just hanging out.
There you go.
But if you're just meeting a girl,
Look at the repulsion, the full lean back. Imagine, this is how, remember, Boogie's like, I'm such a nice guy, guys. I just treat women like friends, and I'm so nice, and all of them see how nice I am, and they just immediately want to get with me. And he is here with this woman who is like saying, just don't randomly touch girls. Don't be weird. Don't randomly touch girls. Right, not long after she went, you're pretty, at her. And then, like, he just randomly just leans in and starts touching her leg. And she's like full, like, leaning back, revolted by him, very clearly uncomfortable. It's just like, bro, like, why would you do that? Like, he used to claim, oh, I never actually touched her. I was just petting Sammy, who is sitting in her lap. That was his original claim. Now he's claiming he touched her on the shoulder. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's got an invisible hand. Maybe he's that girl from My Hero Academia. You can turn parts of her invisible. I don't know, guys. Deliel, thank you very much for super chat, my dude. Whiskey in the Jarro. God, it would be so much better if it was playing that instead. I don't know. Maybe, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this, guys. Have I been doing this wrong the entire time? Fuck, have I been doing this wrong the entire time? Oh god, is that where a girl's shoulder is? Is that her thigh there? Did I mess up biology class? Oh god, guys, I'm so sorry. God, oh god, I'm gonna have to apologize for my girlfriend for repeatedly grabbing her thigh and shoulder in public. Oh god.
don't touch her.
Yeah. So I can touch you then. Yeah, that's good information to have.
That is so creepy. Like her repeating after looking repulsed. Yeah, don't touch her. Yeah, don't touch her. And he's like, yes, so I can touch you then. Yeah, so I can touch you then. Oh.
Want to keep that finger, buddy?
So, because she's a diplomat, she passes it off as a joke and diffuses the situation. Like, bro, like, come on. Like, are we really doing this? This is Boogie's claim. This is genuinely Boogie's claim. That's like, oh, I'm such a sweet woo girl. Boogie's lack of eye contact to Graveghoul is alarming. It's because he's just like intently staring at her thighs. He's just intently staring at her thighs, probably just trying to wipe away a wee bit of drool. If only Boogie didn't take Juggernaut's crypto advice, otherwise he might have got a better shot. Granted, that shot would have still been in the dark, hands tied behind his back, and football full of vodka. Yeah, to be fair, this is before he, because this is like 2020, I think it was. This is before he went broke, apparently. This is before the Frank Hassel situation and everything like that. 001 first rule, Mark. Thank you very much for the super chat. How dare you? He is a hands expert. That's the thing. He was getting that hand and action in the mouth action. Obviously, that was going to be coming in later on. So yeah, that is the video that Boogie claimed, because Boogie claimed, oh, I did this like special joke. I wonder if I can find it very quickly, so we can just do a quick comparison piece. I don't know if I can quickly find this here, because some guy uploaded like a supercut of him hanging out with this Mike Klum guy, so I'm just very quickly scrolling through.
Which is cool.
Sure.
I like that about you, but
Yeah. So how did our
low calorie. Oh,
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, there you go. So, well, I don't know, go about here.
Playing more of a character, like straight character, or whatever, like straight awkward, which platonic friend.
Okay, here we go.
Extreme, I'm
I
just
do
here.
dancing for Mario Heat. You know that one? Mario Who?
Okay, so this is it here.
Mario Ha, Mario Ha Ha, Mario Heat.
Oh my
You know,
God.
I have a story to tell you. So this is a girl I was hanging out with, just platonic friends.
Okay, so just platonic friends. Remember that, guys? I think you're pretty. I think you're pretty. Okay, so just remember that, platonic friends, guys. You can spell his armpits through the screen. Jesus Christ, that arm jiggle. It is a full flappage going on. So yes, this is him recounting that story that we just watched. So let's see if it lines up. I'm sure it does. Boogie says he doesn't lie to people. He's a very honest person. So I don't know. Let's watch it.
Her name was the Graveghoul, and we did a live stream right like this, and she was playing the straight guy.
She's playing the straight guy, guys, okay? Unlike Boogie, who usually plays the bisexual guy, except when he then claims he doesn't know what bisexual is, even though he says men are attractive and he's attracted to men, and he would do it. Okay, yeah. Sleepy, I'm kind of confused about this documentary Boogie doing. Can someone explain? Okay, so generally in regards to the documentary, Boogie claimed that this guy randomly reached out to him because this guy is starting to do documentaries on, like, famous YouTubers and stuff like that, and for some reason decided to pick Boogie. This guy, however, seems to run a PR company. And Boogie then, but Boogie is adamant that he hasn't paid this guy whatsoever, that he is just doing this documentary to reveal the real him, and it's a real documentary to show the real life Boogie to the world, even though Boogie said that they're like filming him like trolling hairdressers and like PTs and like I don't know, eating burritos naked in the bath and stuff like that. And then after the whole thing was done, Boogie's like, oh, guys, I think this might be a hit piece. I still believe that Boogie has paid for this, and this is just Boogie trying to like really drum up hype around it, because I don't really think anyone overly cares. I intend to do a video specifically just covering the documentary stuff in the next week or so. That's my intention, because originally I was going to include it in my recap for February. However, that was already kind of long. So I thought, you know what, whatever, I'll just do it as a separate video. Why not? Because more information's come to light. Like, for example, Klum himself showed up at the Kiwi Farms and said he'd answer questions. One of the favorite people really enjoyed is that he claims Boogie drinks like numerous Mountain Dews a day, like 10 Mountain Dews a day. He also claims that they tried to find a date for Boogie on Tinder, but he couldn't find a date. So Klum found a girl through his own Tinder, and then like said like, oh, but are you okay doing it for this guy for this documentary? So it was kind of weird. Also, it had been shown that Klum had been trying to hire an actress around the time to play a beautician in the documentary, but then said, oh, but we didn't actually need to. We found out someone who's willing to do it for free. A lot of people read beautician as date, so a lot of people don't believe it's real whatsoever. My favorite bit about the ad randomly was that it specifies that the woman must be white. it reminded me of the Chris Chan attraction sign where it's like no black girls or something like that. It just reminded me of that, where he's just like, gotta be a white woman, please. You're drinking Irish cream for you Irish Unlimited. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that. I'm assuming Bailey's or something like that. I gotta say that's like the basic bitch one to go for. Fat Fish by Mr. Clum. Exactly, Fat Fish. Yes. So yes, we'll get back to Boogie's retelling of that story we just watched.
Kind of how you're doing right now.
Okay.
Right, like I mean, you're mostly just really awkward, which is cool.
Sure.
I like that about you. But she was playing more of a character, like straight character or whatever.
That's kind of creepy. You're just playing awkward. I like that about you. Yeah, you're just playing awkward, like a naughty little girl, like a naughty little schoolgirl, something like that. I like that about you. Why would you say it like that? Like this is like the most like overplayed Boogie I've seen in quite a long time. Boogie, everyone already knows Boogie acts differently depending on who he's with. Like if you ever watch Boogie, like especially his early live streams are hilarious for this, because he'd talk to like some guy who did like WoW puppets, the guy who made the Francis puppet up there. He would talk to like that guy, and he'd be like doing like a nerdy thing, but then he'd talk to like some yo bro type YouTuber, come like early YouTube, like the yo bro kind of YouTubers were even around then, and Boogie was like, yeah bro, oh that's cool bro, yeah bro, that guy, and he's just like what? When he totally changed personality. You even saw the same when he's on like the H3 podcast where he's trying to do like a nice, like gentle, endearing talking thing. And then you see him on like the No Jumper podcast where he's kind of like, yeah, cool, man. Yeah, that's cool, bro. Yeah. And he's like, you totally changed personality. He goes on to PKA. He's a totally different person. He goes on to Killstream. He's like a massively different person. This is him being very performative with Clum.
Like straight guy.
Yeah.
And they thought I was sexually harassing her. Because like one
those crazy trolls
on her shoulder and she like that, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you have to let me touch you.
Yeah, guys, people thought he was like sexually harassing her because all he did was like put his hand up on her shoulder, and she was like, ooh, because it was like a funny joke because he was like a straight man character, and he was. I don't know. Even like the argument of like, well, she was the straight man character. I was like, I don't know. I don't remember many like straight man characters just getting like randomly like touched up. maybe that's just me. Maybe it's just me. But like, I don't usually think straight man character. Oh, groped. Like what? Drinking Lost Lager for fantastic. I love how everyone's just showing up to my stream drinking. I think I'm the only one not drinking here. But he's changes his personality on who he talks to, but no person's good. Yeah, pretty much stuff. It is all over the place. I would love if he just like picked one character, because like from the proof video, like he did the proof video and it's like so clearly him playing like the character, and then like the next thing he does is like the live stream where he's like being all big and bombastic again and arguing people again, and it's just like, bro, can you just pick one? They're like 2 days apart. Can you maybe just like pick one? Even just try and be consistent.
Here now.
Very nice, Neil.
Yeah,
Enjoy your rugby.
That way they know.
Yeah.
That way they know. Ooh, Mike.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Imagine, okay, I don't know. Like, bros will be bros, everything like that. When's this documentary going to appear? He claimed it was going to appear April, May-ish time, but I have no idea. And no, I don't think Wings will show up in the documentary because this was filmed before the Wings Boogie fight was announced. Like, guys will be guys. Guys mess around with each other. That's cool, 100% normal. But like, if you're ever like, yeah, they thought I was weird because I was touching up a girl, so now I have to touch up you. And the guy's like, ha ha ha, leaning away, and you're like following him with your hands, and he tries to lean like forwards away from it, so you put your hand right in front of him instead. And he's like, can you just not? Like, can you just not? So I just want. So thank you for whoever mentioned that. Thank you for whoever mentioned that. I do mucho appreciate that. Because yes, I had actually found that clip in the meantime. So I guess we're just gonna. I guess we're finally 38 minutes gonna get into proof. God, this is bad. I'm probably gonna have to boost the audio for this because it's painfully bad. As people do notice, the like to dislike ratio is pretty good. For it, but obviously it's going to be good. This is the boo-hoo, pity me, sympathy stream. How's it going? It is going very well, Dirty Pie. Thank you very much for that, and I'm glad you were able to catch one live. This, like, it's a boo-hoo, pity me stream. Did anyone really think it's going to get, like, absolutely hammered like the begging video? Because even, like, people who like Boogie didn't like the begging video. This is just his new begging video. Boogie himself admitted that the begging video was purely for our attention. He was hoping people would like meme on it and like share it out across the internet and get him attention. I I find it so funny because it was like my first big video. I said myself, this is not going to work. Boogie does not realize this is going to be a short-term gain and a long-term loss because he will have burned bridges here. And I was right, because I'm always right. We all know me. Come on, guys, I'm always right. The only time you should be running your hands on a woman is if they're your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, and wife, and doing so in private and not in front of hundreds of people. Exactly that, Jay. Because, I don't want to be like a consent Nazi or anything like that, and go like crazy and be like, you have to ask for permission before you do absolutely every single different thing. I don't go that way, but hell, just read body language and realize that there's a very big difference between doing something in public and in private, Genuine questions, this may come across as a cruel comment. Is Boogie autistic? Not being funny, but he obviously has various traits that are associated with those in the spectrum. Boogie has claimed that he is autistic. Boogie repeatedly uses autistic as a defense and says that people are bullying him just for being autistic. Stuff like that over and over and over again. However, Boogie is not diagnosed as autistic. He has argued back and forth if he thinks he's autistic, if he doesn't think he's autistic. It is all over the place. Does Boogie likely share some traits of autism? Yes. Why? Because pretty much everyone, especially people who are online this much, share some traits of autism. I share some traits of autism. Everyone shares some traits of autism. Hey, Fry Guy Mate, how are you? Did you ever see that video where Boogie said that he would defend his and his wife's honor with a gun on PKA? I remember saying when he said he didn't need a gun, Hannibal. I saw that clip where he said he didn't need a gun because people would routinely just grab his wife's ass and tits in front of him at gas stations apparently and would just get in the car and try and leave with her and stuff like that. Just Boogie's nonsense fairy tales. And then someone's just I think Kyle was like, your girlfriend needs a gun, and he's like, she doesn't need a gun. She has me. And it's just genuinely the most cringe thing. I honestly think PKA Clips has it as updated as the most cringe PKA clip of all time. Something like that. I'll see if I can quickly find it here. PKA Clips. Let's see. I'm sure. Yeah, it is literally called the cringiest moment in PKA history.
What?
So we'll very quickly get to that point.
I wasn't there. A guy just got in the car with her. There's certain.
I love how this is edited with just the zoom ins to Kyle's face, because that's me. I've been described as having facial Tourette's because I can't hide. My facial expression gives me away constantly. Sado, why doesn't his therapist test him for autism? I think only a psychologist can test you for autism, and he doesn't have a psychologist. He only has a therapist.
No woman will ever do that to me, mostly because I'm ugly as shit. I'm not attractive like my wife. But...
Okay, look, I believe you. I believe that those things happen to you, and they are shocking.
Shocking, guys.
The fact that
he is trying so hard. This is the thing about Boogie. When Boogie would constantly cry and cope and seethe and everything like that, they are being super generous to Boogie. And try to remember this. I'll see if I can grab this up here quickly. This is after Boogie has started to underperform. Sorry, this is when he started on heavily underperforming, 20,000 views less than their average. Over 15%. Irishman is Kyle confirmed. How dare you, Angles? Don't give away my secret. This is when Boogie is underperforming for them. They're still being nice to him. Boogie's like, oh, they got rid of me and they were being mean to me for clout. They are being so generous here. Way more generous than I could possibly be. I like to think that I am somewhat cordial with people. I couldn't. I would be broke. Can we not do this? I don't like living in Narnia and I'm not here from Hogwarts. This is a fantasy story. Can we just stop?
This shocking demonstrates that it happened because remarkably
That's
rare.
never happened before, ever. First of all, your wife should have a gun. My girlfriend has a gun. She's pulled it on multiple men. So anybody gets fresh with her, she pulls it out and fucking points the gun.
My wife doesn't need a gun. She has me.
What did he say?
She clearly needs a gun.
I'm sorry. It's I just love that it's called the cringiest moment in PK history. Boogie's not even in the title. And they just accept that this is the cringiest moment in PK history. And they bring it up all the time now. They just will bring it up all the time now. Anytime they talk about Boogie, they will bring us up. They don't care if they've talked about it 3 times before. They will just bring it up. Anytime Boogie is in the news, they will immediately talk about this clip. Oh, God. It's so bad. Oh, sorry, we'll get into proof because this is going to be boring, guys. I watched it at 1.5 speed. originally, and it's still bad. God, where is it? Actually, sorry, one more thing. Okay, so I'm gonna do I'm not gonna do a poll or anything like that. We're just gonna say in chat, okay? Say in chat how long you think this is. Oh crap, I'm gonna mess up doing this somehow. How do I do this without messing up my everything? Because I think I'm about to mess this up because I don't want to give away the answer too soon because I'm dumb and I don't know how to work OBS. Okay, we're just gonna say, guys. This is 13 minutes and 59 seconds long. So 14 minutes. Let's be generous. It's 14 minutes long. Firstly, I was told there are 3 mid-roll ads during this. So I'm glad that he isn't, do we have 5 times speed? Well, we might try it. Yes, Mark, unironically, my video has me pausing to like comment on stuff and then unpausing, and there was 5 seconds of silence, and I just go, I didn't even need to pause. I could have just kept going. Unironically, that was my reaction a couple of the times. I just lied to go, why did I even pause? That's the pause. This is what I was about to say. Okay, it's 14 minutes long. How long do you think this is if you cut out all the pauses? Because I may or may not have done this. So in chat, say, how long do you think this is if you take out all the pauses as a 14-minute long video, okay? And I'm saying, like, and I'm being generous here. I'm not being like super critical with the pauses or anything like that. It's just like if you take out the pauses, especially the long ones. Okay, so Rob's first one 7 minutes, Primer 8 minutes, Big Mac 2 minutes. You're going a wee bit low. 3 minutes. I think you guys are going a bit a wee bit hard. Shane 6 minutes, Mark 3 minutes, Steph 7 minutes, 9 minutes, 10 minutes. I wonder if he paused because he believes that gives more power to what he's saying. Yes, 100% Jaeger, 100%. He is pausing because he believes. 89 minutes. That I'd think Barbary. It is considerably longer actually. Weirdly, yeah, he pauses because he thinks he's adding weight to it. At almost 200 viewers, Boogie's now more popular than Potato's more popular than Boogie. I actually do think I beat one of his live streams. One of his live streams that only have like 140 people watching. So I have topped it. Guys, oh my god, guys, I should do a Meta PC ad reading now. No. Where is it here? Is this it? There. Okay. It is 6 minutes and 34 seconds. This is what I clipped out to use in my video. It is 6 minutes and 34 seconds long if you cut out all of the pauses. that is the level we are at with this video. That is how much, like, stare off into the distance. At one point during the video, I just started going blink, blink, stare, stare. Because he just wasn't talking. He was just staring at the camera, just blinking. I was just like, bro. I also had thought of doing a joke because after I did it and I wasn't happy with the reaction because it was just boring. In my opinion, it was just generally boring. I was just like, yeah, that thing. 6 minutes 30 seconds with 3 ads. I had thought about doing a parody version of this where because he says some ridiculous stuff. So we'll get through it and I'll talk about my parody version at the end. So I guess let's just go into it, guys.
I look awful, don't I?
He looks exactly the same as he always does. Like, does he look any different? At all.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
I look like I've been through hell over the last couple of days.
What's the volume like, by the way, guys? Because this is something I did struggle with the actual recording of it because he is so quiet and just mumbly the entire time. Dude, so yeah, I might maybe if it's a short, maybe it's a short. I'll do it. Maybe I'll do this as a short or something like that. Then I'll get someone put up on the forums with him rubbing his eyes and looking to see if he sees anything. Camera look was. Do you know what? I made the point in it because like he tries desperately to cry in this. He doesn't get like a good tear out though. It always makes me think back to the time when he was doing the talking to his mom at the crypt thing, where he cried, where he got like 1 tear out. After all that effort, he got 1 tear out, and he reached up and wiped it with his finger, and then like brought the finger up in front of the camera and just stared at the finger and looked at the tear on the finger. And it's like, bro, really, you drawing attention this badly? But guys, look, I cried. I got 1 tear. I worked so hard for this 1 tear. You will appreciate me for it. In animated version of it, you won't have to animate much. That very accurate. This will just be a lot of just blank staring. I might do it as a short. I'll once we get to the point that I was gonna parody, I'll say what my plan was. But it's probably not overly funny. But whatever.
I have been.
It sounds like my first video. Sadok, shut up. Shut up. How dare you? God, I don't know why I'm so bad at audio mixing. I am genuinely the worst person in the entire world at audio mixing. There, it's 200%, 220%. Okay.
I don't know if I can post this video. I don't even know if I can record it.
See, this is 200. Guys, we're going higher. We're 300%ing her, boys. We're 300%ing her. Tell me if it gets too loud. I don't know if I can even record this video. I don't know if I can even upload it. Then why are you doing this? This is exactly what Amberlynn Reid did recently, where she claimed she was having a panic attack, and she's like, I was having a panic attack, so I just decided to start filming myself. And it's like, why? Why would you do that? How terminally online must you be to be like, I'm having a panic attack. I should, boom, I should film it and monetize it. Duh. Why wouldn't I do that? As Boogie claims he is now finally mentally sane, for the 17th time this year alone. Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you just immediately grab your camera and film yourself? He hopes the video does not go viral. Honest, like, totes for real, guys. Yeah, he says that at the end of the video. Time to give up on the fight happening. The fight's never going to be happening. But actually, Papa God actually did a reaction to my video, and he seemed to like my video, so I was quite happy with that. Thank you for, I think Sleepy, if you're here, I think it was you who DM'd me on Twitter to let me know about that. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know, because I think someone else mentioned in the comments as well, but I hadn't actually seen it. I shouldn't have paused.
I might.
Shut up. I shouldn't have paused. I look at that. This is what I kept doing during my recording, where I would pause to talk about it, and then I'd unpause, and it'd be like 5 seconds at 1.5 times speed of just silence. And I was like, why did I even bother?
Second session with my psychedelic therapist, and I'd love to go into more details about it, but we can't.
Okay.
Because of YouTube policies and things. I got warned last time.
Okay, I'm going to say, I have never heard this before, where you can't discuss being on drugs. I don't think I've ever heard about this. There are channels dedicated to, like, getting high. Isn't comment etiquette? Eric didn't he start off? Isn't his name Big Daddy Salvia because he's making videos of him getting like high on salvia and just recording himself? Wasn't that why he was called Big Daddy Salvia? Boogie was him saying, the last time I talked about this, guys, I got a warning from YouTube. Let's have a look to see if his if that video is still up. Because obviously it got a warning, so it must have been flagged down or something like that. Something like that, guys. Sorry, I'm secretly dying here. Here we go. Whoa, that's weird. Oh, that's weird. It's almost like it's still up. It's so unusual. I have ad blocker, but I'm pretty sure if you checked it probably still has ads running on it. Pretty sure. Also, Boogie's claim that the first time he talked about it, which was the last time he talked about it, he got warned by YouTube. What are you talking about? He's done 2 videos on it. Did he forget that he has done a separate video for his members only content? He has done 2 videos on it. So what's he talking about? By being warned, it would imply a flag or something like that. But in his opinion, he is going to be talking about like, oh yeah, my YouTube manager contacted me. That's not what YouTube managers do, especially not for a channel as small as Boogie. Now, it's not someone who sits there and just watches all of your videos and gives you pointers on them and tells you what you can. Remember when he claimed that his YouTube manager randomly contacted him to tell him to stop doing Magic the Gathering content? Do you remember that? He randomly said, oh yeah, my YouTube manager contacted me and told me, yeah, Boogie, stop doing Magic the Gathering content. Just stop doing it because, it's going to kill your channel. Like, that's not what they do. They're there for like disputes and for you to talk about issues with. They're not there. They don't watch all your content. They're not like your PR guy. They're not there running ad campaigns for you and telling you how to run your account. What are you talking about? And yes, the YouTube rep also warned him not to do Francis videos, but then told him to start doing more Francis videos if he wants to save his channel. It is all over the place, and this is more than likely what he's talking about. It is nonsense. Oh yeah, his YouTube rep who is friends with the FBI. Yeah. Once again, I didn't need to pause. Yep, could have just kept playing.
Say that. We did it on Sunday, and
okay. Cool.
The experience is supposed to be positive.
Oh yeah, sorry. Also, this is his second trip, and he's confirmed since it is not. It apparently wasn't shrooms that he took. Apparently, this wasn't shrooms that he actually took this time, which I don't know. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me, but okay, whatever. But Boogie has like. He claimed he already had the first one, okay? We already know he had the first one back when he was doing his documentary, which is like right at the start of February. He then, like towards the end of February, tweeted about how he was sitting there watching his friends take heroic doses of mushrooms. So it's like, did you just... Might need to pause mid-sentence. Yeah, I should pause mid-sentence if I want him to be speaking after I unpause. But he was like talking about how he was watching his friend take like heroic doses and like get naked and like beat off for like hours straight. And I was like, so you went there again, but you didn't take anything. You just sat there and just watched other people take stuff. Why would you do that? So he can't even keep his own timeline consistent. This would imply this is his third time. Saldog, I am not sure. I don't think he mentioned what he took because he's now trying to be all vague about it. So yeah, I probably should address this pretty quickly. A lot of people are talking about the legality of this and the fact that he is a parole officer and everything like that. He is on probation constantly. I don't know. I don't know. I've just... that's all I can say. I don't know. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about the legality of it, what the parole officer would say. I have no idea whatsoever. It's incredibly stupid for him to be doing this because he's apparently holding up some religious ceremony. Law allows for it to be used by specialist people, who is including his shaman, who he does docs here in a second, and obviously people went on dug up information on him on Kiwi Farms, and it doesn't look good. Like, he apparently was arrested for like domestic abuse and stuff like that. So like, just like, bro, could you just not? Could you just maybe avoided even mentioning who he was? He says the guy's name. You know, and it's just like, bro, are we really doing this? If Boogie wants to tug it, can he even reach it? He has to prop up the belly on a table first to lift it up, and then he can get underneath. Native Americans are legally allowed to take peyote in America. Remember, Boogie claims he's Native American. He hasn't made that claim recently, which is very unusual, but Boogie used to claim that his red face was because he was actually Native American, which, yes, with no irony, he made that claim. Now he's finally confirming it's like a rosacea or something like that. It's some skin condition. A lot of people just think it's bad circulation just due to his morbid obesity, because it has been getting a lot worse recently. His shaman helps him get dates, probably. So weirdly, Boogie hasn't mentioned that he's Native American during this whole religious Native American ceremony thing. It's kind of suspicious, guys. Probably something we should keep in mind for when he later claims it.
One, I think, for most people, a good one. This particular setup.
Holy actual shit.
If you've seen the documentary,
well, that suddenly jumped in volume.
How to Change Your Mind.
I haven't.
The second episode is what I'm talking about. You can probably Google that if you really want to know.
His vague posting about this is so cringe. His vague posting where he's being as deliberately vague as possible. And if someone's as deliberately vague as possible, then you know that they're probably trying to be abusive to you. Okay? Not abusive, manipulative to you. You know they're probably trying to be manipulative to you if they are being as vague as possible. Because it's very much like, oh, yeah, fill in the gaps yourself, guys. Oh, yeah, fill in the gaps yourself now. Oh, it is good now. Yeah, I'd have no idea. I had it on like 250%, and then 300%, and it hadn't jumped. Maybe the browser thing wasn't been working, because the second I put up to 320, it suddenly peaked in audio and really loud for me. So I don't have no idea. But what was I even saying there? Sorry, I got totally distracted because it's me. That's what I do, bros. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if someone's being as vague as possible, just know that they're being manipulative, because they're trying to let you fill in the gaps, so you can fill in the gaps with whatever answer you want that makes you feel better. What's Boogie doing now? He had disappeared off Twitter for a little bit of time, more than likely in regards to the blowback to the whole DSP situation, and people pointing out that he did this video, and then like a day or two later, he was like full-blown smug posting and arguing with people online again. So he took a bit of a break from Twitter, which honestly, the only way, because someone had asked me before, what would you do if Boogie and all got good? If Boogie, Amberlin, Reed, they fixed themselves and they were good, would you still cover them? If they got thin and all, would you still cover them? It's like, well, until they become better people, I don't think they could get thin. That's my first point. Secondly, if they got good, me and you, we wouldn't know about it. To put it very bluntly, if people like Boogie or DSP or Wings of Redemption or Amberlin or Chantel, if they ever fixed themselves as people and got to be better people, me and you, we wouldn't know. Do you know why? Because the only way these people are going to improve is if they get off the internet. And that's not me saying, oh, get them off the internet. I want them off the internet. I don't care. We all know that. I don't care what he does. Sonny V2 made an Amberlin video to troll Boogie. I think that'd be really funny if that was the case, because Boogie had already been upset about me covering Amberlin. So if Sonny V2 made a video about Amberlin just to troll Boogie, that would be genuinely really funny. But like I said, the only way these people will get better is if they leave the internet, because the internet is their coping mechanism. The internet is their echo chamber. It's where they go for ass pats to be told that they're the greatest good boys who've ever existed in the entire world. So they're never going to get better if they stay online. So we will never know. I don't know why I sounded like... I think I sounded like a horse there. I think I neighed secretly when I said never. We will never know if they actually fix themselves, because the only time they will fix themselves is if they disappear and just retreat to their personal lives with the money that they have, go get a normal job or whatever, and they go and live their lives and they're happy. I think that's it. The biggest problem with Wings of Redemption trying to get his like Uber Eats job and all was because he like loudly announced that was the job he got, and then he still kept live streaming, so people started targeting his Uber Eats. If Wings of Redemption just was like, I'm done. Ave, I have noticed you. Ave, whatever your first name is, I have noticed you. If I don't know, if he really wanted to fix himself, Wings should have just stopped streaming. Or streamed and not talked about his job, and people wouldn't have gone after it. In my opinion, I don't think people should have gone after it anyway. But in my opinion, people would have gone after it. Potato Man is a horse talking peanut butter confirmed is weirdly accurate. To be fair, I do love me some peanut butter. That darn horseman. I hope you spelled horse wrong by accident there, Rob. I do, just so I can feel a wee bit better. Abba, okay, I don't know, Melon. I'm sorry. But yeah, sorry. We'll get back into this.
It was not a positive experience for me. It was
not
a hard one. I mean, my therapist is a great therapist. He did a very good job. Thank you, Ryan. I love you. God bless you.
Okay, so that's him doxing his shaman. It really bothers me when he starts calling this guy a psychedelic therapist, and that might be the title for him. I don't know. I don't care. But he's like, it's like he feels like he's trying to add a lot more weight to it, because originally he was just like, it's just some weird like shaman guy. He just gives me drugs. It's great, you know. It was kind of like that, and now he's like, yeah, we're on a psychedelic journey together. And he's clearing me and saving me, and like he had his bad trip. He mentions that he took whatever it was. Not too really. We're only a minute 40 into this. Earlier in the stream, we talked a bit more about Boogie stuff. It is good fun. I'll probably timestamp this one and talk about the flamenco thing, or I might break this one down and clip it out and actually make it into like videos. Maybe, I don't know. But I just think he's trying to add a lot more credence to the guy by calling him a psychedelic therapist and trying to make it seem like it is an actual thing. Bet Ryan loves him for the shout out. Exactly, because it definitely didn't take like Kiwi Farms autist, like, I don't know, like a couple hours to find out who he was and start finding like police records and stuff like that, apparently. So yeah, good, 100%. I watch your videos before sleeping. And I have that effect on people. I do put people to sleep. But it always made me concerned. Boogie has just like stopped talking about his actual therapist. Like, when was the last time he actually talked about his actual therapist? Not some random guy who gives him shrooms in the wood and plays Imagine Dragons for him to make him have bad trips. Like, where's his real therapist? Like, where's his actual real therapist? You know, the one he said cured him previously? Where's that guy? Has he fired that guy? Do you remember that guy doesn't actually exist? Like, where do we go with that storyline? The storyline just ended. The second he got like a new, this is me cured storyline going, he immediately forgot about the last one. So, I don't know, Imagine Dragons, yeah, that's apparently what gave Boogie a bad trip. Because apparently, like, the guy gives you drugs and then plays songs for you or something like that. And apparently, like, Boogie got a bad trip. And I was like thinking, God, I was only like in my monthly recap for February where I was joking around about Boogie, like, he did a karaoke version of I'm going to say Johnny Cash, because Johnny Cash's Hurt is the one I know, but he did like a karaoke version of it, and then started talking about how the song is so relatable, and I joked, it's like, God, does he have like an AMV of Naruto on the other screen or something like that? Because that just made, like, people listening to songs like that and be like, that's so deep. He just makes me think of like AMVs now. And then he started talking about Imagine Dragons, like, God, the only time I ever heard of Imagine Dragons was when they were used for anime music videos. So I was just like, really, are we doing this already? Has he gone like full like 2009 like anime music videos or something like that? You think the therapist was part of the plea deal? I had already said that it is a possibility that the therapist might be some kind of anger management therapist or something like that, because I do think Boogie went in and he probably just like fell on his sword in court with his plea deal and pretty much said like, guys, I'm just so mentally stunned, guys. Did you know I was abused? I think Boogie went full ham on that, like, ooh woo, please feel sorry for me, and they probably said we actually need you to have therapy in regards to this because we don't want this to happen again. Juggles petty narratives is all about interest. What does that tell you? It tells you Boogie can't juggle his petty narratives. He's all about what interests him at any given moment. Yeah, exactly that. We saw the same thing. Like, the second he started therapy, he stopped doing the gym storyline. You know, the second he stopped the I'm finally free from legal troubles, I'm saved, guys, he started doing the gym storyline, then the boxing storyline, then he dropped that, a different boxing storyline, dropped that. It's all over the place. Boogie's pity streams are worse than Wings. Honestly, I'd rather watch Wings' streams than Boogie's, because Wings at least might get angry, there might be a bit of action or emotion in them, and also he's playing video games, and I can at least watch the video games and see what's happening and kind of enjoy the plays and stuff like that. With Boogie, his live streams are dire, like absolutely dire right now. It is just him sitting there, generally in absolute silence, or in absolute silence, or it is him just like coping and seething about stuff, and it's just like cringe. He should do shots for donos. I'd love to see Boogie do that. He should do shrooms for donos. Every time you give him a dono, he takes like a gram of shrooms or something like that. What wasn't it on the live stream of the documentarian? They said that he was going to do a dono stream for like healthy mukbangs. It's just like it's just like healthy mukbangs or something like that. The Kelly released a video of him running his 5K. I don't know. I don't follow Wings super closely.
Medicine did what it's supposed to do. Okay. And the therapy worked.
Oh yeah, I'm glad.
But I was forced to face some really difficult truths.
Okay. Holy look at this.
And I'm really struggling with them.
Cool. I don't care. Do you know if Boogie took shrooms in Arkansas? Well, that's what he claimed. It's what he claimed. He said it was I think he claimed it was on like a Native American reserve in Arkansas. He took the shrooms. I think. I don't remember 100%. But I don't know, like, I'm not like an expert in psychedelics or anything like that, but I've seen loads of people saying, this isn't what, like, shrooms do to you, this isn't, like, because he claimed he had ego death on shrooms, but people claim you can't actually get ego death on shrooms, it has to be other, like, psychedelics, which he probably learned from, which is why he's now claiming he doesn't do shrooms anymore, he does whatever. It's all over the place. But it's just, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't seem to be, like, he's doing, like, shrooms or something like that, and seeing colors and dancing with the moon and all. Boogie seems to be like, I took some shrooms and then I sat down and had a discussion with myself whilst listening to Imagine Dragons, and I realized all my life's flaws. And it's just like, did you not, like, maybe, I don't know, fight a ghost or something like that, or like beat up a tree that was coming after you, you know, anything like that? That's kind of what I think of when I think of, like, psychedelics. But like I said, I'm not the most experienced person in the world with psychedelics. Do you reckon Boogie stands in the mirror before he streams, rubbing his eyes so he looks as though he's been crying? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if he has little, like, mist sprayers he sprays them in his eyes. Lisa, yeah, I remember hearing that. But like I said, I don't know. He claims he has some, like, religious law that apparently protects him, so I have no idea. I'm speculating on that. It's like, I don't know. I'm sure if someone really wanted to, they probably have already contacted his parole officer. Like, whatever, people can do whatever they want with it, you know. Personally, Boogie lives in my home state. I moved out back in 2014, and a guy who's popular opposite of conservatives. He sure does love living in a red state. Yeah, he used that against Frank Hassel. He used that as, like, against Frank Hassel when Frank Hassel was talking about, like, showing up at his house. He's like, I don't know what pussy blue states you have been to, but here in Arkansas, we're a red state. We stand our ground. And it's just like, bro, why are you arguing? Like, you know, like, yeah, guns. I'm a red-blooded redneck American. Suddenly, you know, it just seems so out of character for you. Tim, I am doing very good, my dude. Watch this video. Good morning. Yeah, it's pretty pathetic. It's one I would outright call pathetic.
Which is why I don't think I can upload this video, but I'm going to talk to you anyway.
Oh, that's so cringe. Come on, say it.
God, give me the strength to upload this.
God, give me the strength to upload this. Could you be any more, like, blatantly manipulative? Could you? You're actually, like, voicing this stuff. You're actually voicing this stuff. Just in case people didn't catch on already. In case people didn't catch on already, you are directly voicing this stuff. It's like, anime talk for 2 nanoseconds here. I complain about an anime called Trigun Stampede, which is a very popular anime. People love the Trigun series. I don't like it because the main character, Vash, is like the goodest good boy who ever exists. This video almost never uploaded, and he did it for us. That's the thing. He did it for us, guys. He did it for us, MM. But Vash is, he's the goodest good boy who ever was a good boy. And the biggest issue with Vash is that they can't even just show him being the goodest good boy who ever was a good boy, which is already kind of cringe, and I don't really enjoy it. Boogie's Vash, 100% on Unlimited Gamer Works. But the problem is the anime has to go like, oh my god, Vash, you're such a good guy. Vash, did you do this knowing that you would do this, which would help people? Vash, why are you such a good guy, Vash? Vash, you're such a good guy. The anime can't, like, he can't just show him being like a Christ-like image, like Marathon Guy said. It also has to have the anime repeatedly tell you how good a person he is. That's Boogie. Boogie can't just, like act like he's a good guy. You know, obviously he's not a good guy, but he can't just act like he's a good guy. He also has to tell you he's a good guy. He can't even let you watch this video of him being as pathetic as possible and be like, whoa, something must be up. He has to be like, guys, if I look like I've been through hell, it's because I have been through hell, guys. Guys, I don't know if I should upload this. God, please, oh Lord Almighty, give me strength so I can upload this video with 3 mid-roll ads on it. You know, it's just like, bro, this is kind of cringe. Come on, this is kind of cringe.
That makes a lot more sense than it used to.
Cool.
If you're worried about me, if I look like I'm on drugs right now, I'm not. I was a few days ago, though.
What is this? See, I reacted to this claim as well. If I look like I'm on drugs right now, who watches this and goes like, "Oh, Boogie seems like he's on drugs"? No, when people think of you on drugs, they think of, where is it here? Let's quickly pull this up. What was it? Why is everything so weird? Hit this one.
What's up, ladies and
This. When people think of you on drugs, they're thinking of this video.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie to 988 coming to live once again through the power of the internet, and I'm here to answer one simple question: what the hell's happening?
When people think of you on drugs, that's what they think of. Where you're like slurring your words. Like, yeah, come on, live answer. What the hell's going on? People think of that when they think of drugs. They don't think of this. This does not come across like you're on drugs. This comes across like you're acting. Like, this is also a manipulation tactic, obviously, because he's trying to like explain away his demeanor. So people can't go like, this is so fake. It's just like, oh, guys, just in case you think I'm acting weirdly and are thinking it's because of drugs. It's not, guys, by the way, just so you know. Like, come on, could be any less subtle.
I am Jerry Smith from season 1 and 2 Rick and Morty.
I love this.
Or possibly I'm BoJack Horseman.
God, the second he said that, I burst out laughing in my recording because it was like, really? Come on, bro. But then it immediately made me think, do you remember in August last year when he was getting into that therapist who may or may not have existed, and he's totally forgotten about now? He posted on Twitter something like, I hate new therapists. It's like I'm going into a new relationship all over again, and it's so difficult. So what I'm doing, guys, is I'm sitting down and I'm watching all 4 seasons of BoJack Horseman in preparation for my therapy, so I can discuss my issues. Because this guy unironically lives vicariously through a cartoon of a fucking like horseman. It is so cringe. I know what BoJack Horseman is. I think I've watched like the 2 seasons of it. I think. I don't remember. It was back when it first came out. And Rick and Morty, I watched the first like 3 or 6 seasons. I think for 3 seasons when it first came out. I have no... The only thing he hasn't come with BoJack is his teeth. Jesus Christ, sucker. That's good. I don't know. Like, it just... I don't know. Like, I don't remember Jerry from Rick and Morty, so I can't really accurately talk about it. And he says in a second, if you don't understand, I'll explain. And then he basically doesn't explain. But it's just so funny. It's like, bro, this is the bit I was going to parody. When I was going to do like a wee short for it. 1 sec. Sorry, I had a cough. I thought about doing a wee parody for this, where I was going to do something like, you know, I was going to do a video pretending to be like apologizing for like talking about Boogie so much, and how I've come to realize that I'm a bad person, and then I was going to be like, I am Naruto Uzumaki. I just wanted attention. I was born with a chip on my shoulder, and I just wanted my dad to love me. Something like that. It's not scripted or anything like that, so that's just off the top of my head. But I was gonna do something like that. I was gonna do like a little parody thing where I was just randomly talking about anime characters. I was gonna hope to try and spin it to be something about Persona, just because of Boogie's like recent thing about Persona. I was gonna try and make it about Persona. But every time I thought about Persona, I'm only like, Persona 4 specifically, I could only think about like Naoto Shirogane or something like that, and it's just all about being a trans person. And I was like, God, I probably shouldn't go for that one because I know that'll be clipped. God, yeah. Jerry is a likable goof that gets into all sorts of trouble but does prove himself. Boogie's nothing like Jerry. I was like, I don't know the character too well, so I'm unfortunately I'm not super. I know Jerry, Lisa Dory. I remember who Jerry is. I just don't remember his character did like nothing for me. You know, I don't really remember his character too many. You have more views than Wings now. Congrats. Oh, guys, I'm in the big leagues now. I was going to play Naruto sad music. Hannibal, you know it. Hannibal, you know it. Of course I was. I might still do it. I might try and do something fun. But I don't know. I'm not a talented, like, funny person or anything like that. So it might just be ungodly cringe. But you know me. I don't mind. I don't mind a wee bit of cringe occasionally. Like, so I might still do it. Who knows? Who knows?
Or possibly I'm a combination of the two.
He's a combination of BoJack Horseman.
I've never seen either of those shows.
Jerry.
I could try to make sense of it for you, but I think anybody who would watch this would actually know what I'm talking about.
I have no idea.
Season 1, Jerry Smith.
Okay.
Is pathetic.
Okay.
And his patheticness has ruined his life. It's ruined his marriage. It's ruined his relationship with his children. It's ruined his career. But what's interesting about that patheticness is that it's a defense mechanism.
Okay. I hope you
he's
explain
chosen
more.
to be pathetic in the hopes that no one would hurt him.
Okay, guys, is this at all true? Is this at all true? I'm Teddy, empty inside, lusting after young legal girls. Ah, Barbary, that is so much better than everything I thought up. Ah, fantastic, Barbary. That is a good one. Ah, why did I not think of that? Yeah, you know what? When I was playing through Persona 4 again, I was just because I always heard people complain about Teddy, and the first time I played it, I was like, I don't really mind him. Haven't really been enjoying him at all this time. It's just true about the Jerry character. Is he like, oh, I'm deliberately pathetic to try and like make myself less of a target, which doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know why someone would like make themselves look pathetic so people don't pick on them. Like, that just seems, that's like an oxymoron. Like, it genuinely doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And BoJack Horseman, like, he explains BoJack Horseman here in a second. I think he just says like, unlike BoJack Horseman, I've done some bad things. And I immediately was sitting there like, I don't even remember, what did BoJack do in that anime? Not anime, in that cartoon. So God, I'm full wee brain there. I'm sorry. I was just like, what did he even do? Doesn't he just kind of like stand around and like kind of mumble and be like alcoholic because he's like depressed that he used to be like a celebrity and he's not anymore? Like, I don't remember BoJack doing a huge amount of things. Don't forget to like the stream. Yes, as Songanda says, don't forget to like that stream, smash that subscribe button, and blah 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 to my, I don't know, Gumtree. I don't know. Sucker, God, I shouldn't have paused again. Sucker, exactly. Jerry's a cartoon character. He's a 48-year-old man comparing himself to a cartoon. Exactly. I don't feel like, if anyone ever asked me to talk about myself, I would talk about myself. I wouldn't be like, well, have you guys ever seen, God, I immediately forgot all anime that have ever existed here. Have you ever seen Kino no Tabi? I am secretly an androgynous girl who acts like a boy. Like, something like that. Like, I just wouldn't feel the need to, like, randomly say, like, I have little to no personality traits of my own, so I will describe myself through the medium of a cartoon character. BoJack didn't call for help with Sarah Lynn. I'm sorry, I do not know who Sarah Lynn is. I'm so sorry. I really have to think he thinks he's BoJack because he thinks he used to be famous. That's the thing. He really does think he's, like, kind of on par with BoJack. Irish, what do you think of Boogie's new facial hairstyle? The mustache, he claimed that it's because he accidentally trimmed his goatee too close, which I don't know because Boogie doesn't really have a goatee usually. He usually has like a full chin strap beard thing going on. In my opinion, he was trying to look like iDubbbz. I'll see if I can quickly pull this up here. I think he's trying to look like iDubbbz during the boxing thing. I think he was trying to go for like the weird tash thing that iDubbbz had. I think he was trying to go for something like that. There. I think he was trying to go for like an iDubbbz mustache thing to try and rip off iDubbbz and totally failed it. That's kind of my opinion of the whole thing. Sorry, yes, I'm slowly dying here, guys. My throat is a wee bit sore, unfortunately, guys. Ooh woo, feel sorry for me. Ooh woo, guys. So yes, it's Boogie's trying to look like a 70s porn star, Lamau. I really think he's trying to look like iDubbbz. I think he's trying to look like iDubbbz because iDubbbz did the YouTuber boxing thing. Boogie's uncreative. He sees someone else do YouTube boxing. He's like, I should have their mustache, and then I think that would make me a YouTube boxer, I guess. Stare.
The reason I compare myself to BoJack Horseman, though,
big dick, big dick.
Just like the character BoJack, I've done some terrible shit.
Like. If you guys are waiting for him to say what, he doesn't actually say. See, I didn't even need to pause that time. I didn't even need to pause that time.
Most notably, I ruined my body.
Okay, cool. You did.
Not irreversibly, I think. I think there's still some changes I can make, and I'm making.
Well, there's some of the damage will certainly be irreversible. At this stage, some of the damage is irreversible. It is that is as simple as it can be. Some of the damage is irreversible. There's really no way of getting around that. However, whatever. Enjoy yourself. Go have fun. Say hi to your mom for me. She knows me already. Don't worry, guys. There you go. That's a Boogie level joke right there. When Boogie's using video titles odd as well. The proof thing is just weird. In my opinion, it's just Boogie just purely clickbaiting, just trying as hard as possible to like be like act like this is anyone. I don't know, act like this is him dropping information or something like that, or revealing new information, or showing something people don't know about. But it's like there's literally no proof. He doesn't say any proof about anything at all. Even there, where he says about like, oh guys, I've done terrible things. He doesn't mention those things. He doesn't mention anything like that. There's no accountability. This is even less accountability than his fake Sunny V2 video where he said he was being an asshole, and then it went on Twitch afterwards and said like, well guys, like actually it's only about 2% of the time. If you actually talk to people who knew me in real life during that time period, they said that I was still like an amazing, awesome human being who's basically like God sent. It was only like 2% of the time, and mainly that was just people twisting my words anyway. I was just like, how is this accountability? How is this accountability in any way, bro? What are you talking about?
But I think it's truly awful what I did to the body that I was given to explore this world and this universe with.
I liked when he paused after explore, because when I was first watching this, I was like, sorry, what? I was just like, is he talking about like getting himself off or something like that? And then after an awkward pause, he ran and was like, to explore this universe with. I was like, oh, okay. But Boogie, he doesn't seem like someone who wants to leave his house. So I don't get this. I don't get this whole storyline that he has going here, where he's like, you know, guys, I've ruined the body that I'm meant to explore the world with and the universe with. And I was like, have you ever even left America? Like, have you ever left America? Have you left America? I think I heard he maybe left America once for like a convention, but like really? But I'm not sure if that was trolling, because I think someone said he went to Ireland for a convention or something like that. I think someone was trolling me with that.
I mean, lesson learned, and I hope that I can teach that lesson to you. I hope that you've learned it by watching me throughout the years.
Guys, I'm such a martyr that I hope I have acted as a bad example from you, and you all can grow and change as people, even though he's like the type who says that he is actively like a good role model. Like, how are you a good role model if you hope people learn negative things from you by looking at you fail? That doesn't make any sense. I didn't need to pause again. I need to learn.
Like Jerry, I ruined my own career.
Yep, you literally did.
I'm not sure why.
Narcissism, ego. Because you honestly thought you could just kind of say anything and people would agree with you and just accept what you said. That really, I think he goes on to try and claim, oh, it's because I made myself pathetic because I was so scared of people hurting me that I made myself pathetic, and by doing that I accidentally ruined my career. I was like, not really, like, because you didn't make yourself pathetic. I think a lot of things that ruined Boogie's career were ego based, like, weren't they? Like Lucy Fox, Sugar Baby thing. He's in Ireland right now. Sorry, guys. One more second, my door just went. It's just like, I don't know. Like, isn't everything that damaged his career like ego based and not pathetic based? Lucy Fox, that was like ego based because he decided to hire like a crazy like 19, 20-year-old like girl to like be his like girlfriend, and then she like dumped all this information on him. Frank Castle was ego-based because he couldn't back down from that argument. He had to win the argument, so much so that he like invited like Frank to his house and challenged him to come to his house. What else? The rapists and Nazis thing, that was entirely ego-based. He thinks if people are insulting him or attacking him, that makes them worse than rapists and Nazis. That is his quote. That is entirely ego-based. That's not pathetic-based. That is ego-based. He genuinely thought that. Because he went on, because he always claims, oh yeah, I said that by accident. Oh, I didn't actually mean it. Oh, well, actually, I did mean it, but I only meant it about one specific thing. But then he doubled down on it. Everyone seems to forget that he went on to Twitter afterwards, and he doubled down on it. Make sure that thing, I actually do live somewhat close to a school. Further than Boogie does, but I live somewhat close to a school. I'll just have to make sure if I ever go near that school, that's where Boogie will be waiting with the revolver. The Apex Legend clip where he joked about the kids' parents getting divorced, that seemed like an ego thing as well, because it just seemed like Boogie was annoyed that some guy wanted to like take charge of him and tell him what to do in a video game, and Boogie doesn't like being told what to do because he thinks he's the alpha giga Chad, so of course he had to like try and put down the person. That felt like an ego thing to me as well. Like, so many of them are ego related. Does his roommate Chad still live with him to wipe him and powder his bottom? That is the real question we should be asking. Clum said that Boogie's roommate Chad does still live with him. Ours says Boogie lived by himself now. Clum claimed that he doesn't. Like, and a lot of people don't believe that. Like, there's a stream last month. I don't know why I didn't include this in my monthly recap. There's a stream last month where there's the door went. It was during the Cards Against Humanity stream. It was like about 30 minutes before the end or so. The door went and Boogie's sitting there playing the game. He's like, well, I hope my roommate gets that. And then sits there for like 1 second and then hops up and like waddles out to go and get the door. And it's just like, that makes me think that Chad doesn't exist. If you have to be like, oh, I hope that my roommate gets that, and then instantly get up yourself and go and get the door. It's like, if you were hoping Chad would get it, why didn't you wait any longer than like 1 second? That just seems kind of weird to me. But I don't know. I don't know if Chad lives there. I don't really care. I think it's just a funny meme for a lot of people. Because like, you know, it's obviously Boogie like potentially having to pay someone to be his friend. That's just how it comes across. It is really as blunt as that. It's also really funny that Clum described it as Clum described Chad as like an introverted version of Boogie, which is really funny because Boogie always likes to claim that he is introverted. Would I interview Chad? No, I wouldn't interview Chad. I have no interest in talking to anyone in Boogie's like personal life. Because I have no interest in talking to Boogie. I certainly have no interest in talking to anyone connected to Boogie's like, personal life. Like if Dez contact me and go like, "Would you like to do an interview?" I'd be like, "No." Don't talk to me, weirdo. I'm sorry. That's just my opinion and attitude. The whole thing. That's like $1,500 a month. That's what he was claiming. He was like paying Chad to live with him as his quote unquote like carer, basically. You know, I don't know why I said quote unquote and then didn't say what he quoted, but like his like carer near enough. Like Chad's apparently looked after him, but then he later claimed that Chad was actually disabled and he was actually looking after him. It was all over the place.
Maybe it was the imposter syndrome. Maybe it's because I think I didn't deserve it. Maybe it's because I
thought he was going to say Dunning-Kruger here. Because he Dunning-Kruger's his new favorite thing in the world to tag team. See, I literally am talking through the pauses now and waiting until he speaks again before I go. See, I've learned, guys. He loves talking about Dunning-Kruger recently. That's his like new favorite buzzword. But he's mainly using it to insult his trolls. He's mainly been using it to insult his trolls, like, oh, my trolls are all Dunning-Krugers because they all think that they're smarter than they are, but they're dumb, and they don't know that they're dumb because Dunning-Kruger, you can't know that you don't know what you don't know. And you're just sitting there like, cool. Are we really doing this, like, long-ass cope thing? Are we really doing this, guys? Boss are what, being a fail? He's guilty of being a fail. He's acting like he doesn't think he deserved his attention and all the fame and stuff like that. And I say fame with massive quotation marks. Don't worry. And it's like, bro, can we just not? Can we just not? This is kind of a wee bit much. It's kind of a wee bit much, guys. I'm being 100% honest with you.
Every opportunity, I made the wrong decision, and I know on some level it was on purpose. Because I liked being pathetic. I liked hiding behind it, and I thought it would make it okay. Yeah. I thought it would be safe. I thought it would be.
I thought it would be. Lewis, you did catch Potato String. Congratulations. This is just kind of like his point where he's like, I always made the wrong choice is not even accurate. Like, to put it bluntly, like it's not even accurate. Like Boogie at the start of his career made good choices. There were like scummy choices. You could argue that certainly, but for a lot of them, he made good choices. You know, he knew who to connect with and who to link with to try and further his own career. There's a funny thing about Boogie complaining about people using his name for cloud chasing is Boogie did that so often at the start of his career. Boogie knew who to go after. He knew how to go after people and stuff like that. If you watch him going after like E-Bombs World and stuff like that for his videos, he would like publicly try and shame E-Bombs World repeatedly until he like got in with them and he kept like guilting them into giving him like free shoutouts and stuff like that. Like Boogie did well. Boogie did well. He's like I said, he's a fairly skilled manipulator. He didn't always make the wrong decisions. You could say he made decisions as a bad person, and they're kind of like scummy decisions. But for his career, he did considerably better than anyone like him with his level of talent should have done. Like I don't think that can be denied. If I'm being 100% honest with you guys, really don't think that can be denied. Okay.
But it's not. It's not. It's not. I mean, if you're making that decision consciously or subconsciously, it doesn't help, man. It doesn't make things better. It doesn't. It does not.
See, I would argue there's a lot of people I know who make themselves pathetic for attention and for sympathy. Not because they don't want people to... no problem, Tim. Have a good one, mate. I think there are people who make themselves pathetic for attention. They make themselves pathetic because they want to draw in people who are soft and will kind of put up with their shit. I'm pretty private about my personal life, so I don't want to give too much information. But there is one friend of mine who, she's a good friend at all. But she is one of those people. She is 100% one of those people. She is the type of person who will make herself as pathetic as possible because she expects people who are like nicer than her to like kind of pick up her mess and deal with the stuff for her and do a lot of working around for her. Okay. That's kind of like my image of Boogie. Boogie makes himself pathetic, so like people will like kind of forgive a lot of stuff he does. Like this video. Like this video is peak him making himself pathetic. This is peak him making himself pathetic. And it's worked. It's worked. This is what he's doing, you know? For to keep everything private, she'll move unlimited. That's how I work. I think that's a good way of doing it. This is the peak example of him doing exactly what he is claiming doesn't work and he shouldn't do. This is him actively making himself as pathetic as possible to try and win back a fan base. And I will get to the end and explain why he did this.
It makes things so much worse. By seeking comfort, you lock yourself into a hell.
Now that I mention it, does anyone in real life know about my YouTube account? Yes, people do. People do. Only people I would trust, though, know about my... It's not because it's not really that big a deal. But yes, people do know about my YouTube account.
Of your own creation.
Why does he close his eyes whenever he lies? He's pinching his eyes shut because it's a good way to try and generate tears. If you pinch your eyes shut really hard, you can like squeeze out a tear. That is seriously it. It also looks like he's like grimacing in pain. It's a good way to try and like visually manipulate someone. It looks like he's like acting all sad, you know. So yeah, it's more or less for those reasons.
Life becomes a prison. Your body becomes a prison.
Okay. Now remember, this is him having apparently experienced like ego death, kind of, maybe. He has claimed he's experienced ego death and also non-experienced ego death several different times here, because he said he's still taking other things to try and experience ego death, because he apparently thinks that's the only way he can heal and cure, which is like, is my YouTube only form of income? No. No, not at all. This is very much just a wee random hobby I do for fun. It just feels like Boogie is just like, trying to make out that the only way for him to grow and fix himself is if he experiences ego death, which is just kind of like weird. Which is weird because it implies that his only issue is him having a massive ego. That is him directly implying that is that the only way for him to fix himself and to grow as a person is if he experiences ego death, which implies that his entire issue is about ego. Does Weed once uploads a video about ego death? Exactly, MM. Yeah, it implies that is his only issue, and it's like I think you got a few more than that.
And that's the choice I made. And I think if I had not met this therapist, if I had not made a friend out of him, I'm afraid I was going to die that way. And I was going to die that way pretty soon.
Cool. Okay.
And so many other...
Do you remember he made that this exact claim for the DMT? You know, the DMT that he forgot he has taken now because I don't know, that storyline has just been gotten rid of. So, Mr. Ashman, I'm crying. I'm so sorry. I've broken us all. I'm saying it's his obvious emotions really just coming through the screen here, isn't it? I just love that he totally forgotten about the DMT story. Like, I just think that was so funny. It's just what an internet midlife crisis looks like. He has been going through a midlife crisis for like 4 years now. Like, that is why he's doing, like, the Giga Chad, oh, yeah, I have sugar babies all around me, all these 19-year-old girls, they want to be all over me. It's why he's been doing it for ages. He is, like, the most, like, desperate person in the world. He is more desperate than Andrew Tate to convince you that he is a Giga Chad. And that is, like, a level of cringe I did not think was possible.
People had tried to help me. So many people tried to help, and I just threw it away, man. I threw it away.
Like who? Name names. Come on, get the dirt. Say who. Like this is come on. This is like way too much. This.
I have apologized a million times to you guys, and I know you're sick of hearing it.
I love this bit.
And I swear to God, I've never apologized to me.
Imagine could I be like, guys, you know, I may have apologized to you all 8 billion times, but I haven't apologized to the most important person, me. Oh God, that Irishman was his biggest helper. That's the thing. Yeah. Is he going to apologize for all them? Because he does talk about all the people he's hurt here in a second and stuff like that, and like, oh, he's deeply sorry. And I'm like, oh, I wonder if he's going to apologize for like, where's the tears? I was like, I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for the tears here for how emotional he's trying to sound. There is like nothing coming here. There is like nothing coming here. He's got the driest face ever. His right eye starts to tear up a wee bit. It starts getting a wee bit moist, but then like not long afterwards, totally gone. Totally gone. Oh God, it's kind of weird. Boogie placing Boogie about the world is always humble. He's the most humble person in the entire world. Come on, like he's just like a lovely, kind, great person who's just like, the nicest guy ever.
I don't know that I've ever been truly authentic about this stuff. Not just online, but in my own fucking head.
Okay, see, he got a little bit of moisture there. Just a little bit of moisture there, guys. It's starting to come through. It never forms. It never actually becomes like a tear or anything like that. But it's starting to moisten a wee bit there. Me, Paul, I actually done nothing but try and help Boogies, but he keeps praising me. Exactly. How could you be so mean to your own son? How could you be so mean to your own son? I just wanted love, Daddy. Oh God, I love it. So like. I've never been authentic before, and then it's like, well, bro, what about your videos, like your biggest regrets and stuff like that? He did videos like my greatest regrets and stuff like that. Where is it here? It's God, I probably should have searched it. Biggest regrets. There. He did this. This is 9 months ago. This was his, like, the last video that I remember off the top of my head was his super authentic, I'm just going to be open with you guys videos. This is his last one. And then, God, what was it? There was another one. I will never be able to find it just quickly because I don't remember the title. But it was a one he did at VidCon 2019 where he's like, I'm going to say Save My Life. Something like that. Save My Life. Is that it? God. Exploring my mom's abandoned house. Why is it? Yeah. How This Trip Saved Me. This one. This was his authentic video. This was him at E3. It's not long before he went to VidCon. Okay, this is not long before he intended to self-delete, guys. This is him talking about how going on a trip and seeing his friends and meeting fans who all told him they love him. It literally saved his life. It stopped him. This was one of his many, many different stories about why he didn't end up ending himself in 2019. This was meant to be his thing. This is meant to be an authentic video. McDonald's made me fat. Clearly an authentic video. Story time. How tabletop gaming changed my life. That's probably an authentic video. How everyone saves my life. Probably an authentic video. Like Francis gets his Rift account hacked, which is the most authentic video he's ever had on his channel. Gamer's Life featuring Francis by Boogie tonight. That's come on. So like look at these videos. Look at all these videos that Boogie makes constantly. Truth about my childhood. The words I don't want to say just in case. Dealing with social anxiety. Honest opinion on Mr. Pandaria. That one's probably not that important, if I'm being honest. What it's like to be broke. All these videos. Too unhealthy for therapy. So all these videos that are about boo-hoo, feel sorry for me, guys. So are you telling us none of these are actually authentic? None of these videos are actually authentic? Where you got your teeth fixed, that's not authentic? You didn't actually get your teeth fixed? Why are you lying to us, Boogie? What's wrong? Why are you using CGI to pretend that you have nice teeth? Monday and Matt stream. Exactly. Monday and Matt stream. All of these. And this is Boogie being like, this is like the first time I've been authentic with you guys. It's like, are all your audience goldfish? At this point, are all your audience goldfish? Like, what is their, like, memory retention? Like, I don't want to be too mean on his audience. I dunk on his audience a lot because I do think his audience are generally very cringe. Because they're decent people. People like I watch content off who actively still like Boogie and actively still support Boogie and all, which is fine. Like, I don't care. People can like whoever they like. I don't care. I'm not the moderator of the internet. I don't give a shit. But, like, come on. Like, it's very much for me when I watch stuff like this. I can't look past it. I said before, it was in my, like, November recap, I think it was, when I was talking about, him talking about Magic the Gathering, and I was really disappointed by this. I was very disappointed by this video. And I admitted myself, I am probably one of the worst people to review a Boogie video, because I can't overlook a lot of things. I know too much about him. Anytime he starts talking about his legacy with Magic the Gathering randomly for no point in the middle of that video, my immediate thought was like, why are we talking about this? This contradicts what you've said before. Like, I remember when you said this. Oh, you're randomly talking about how you owned a store. Well, actually, you said you didn't own a store. You said you part-owned a store. Or actually, you didn't say you part-owned a store. You said you were an investor in the store. Or actually, you didn't say you're an investor in the store. You just bought a lot of stuff from them at the start to help them get some cash flow. He said all these different things, and that's all I could think of when I was watching that video. And I was like, I fully admit, I am not the best person to, like, review, like, Boogie's, like, content as, like, a totally objective opinion. Everything I will be subjective, which is why I would love to do a documentary on Boogie. I would genuinely love to do a documentary on Boogie. I think it'd be a lot of fun to do. I've done a bunch of research for it already. I have a load of notes for it already, but put it bluntly, I don't know if I could do it, like, totally objectively. And if I did a documentary, I wouldn't want it just to be like an out-and-out hit piece. I would like to try and discuss who Boogie is in general, you know? Mr. Snowflake said they're going to do a documentary on Boogie, which one of his documentary series on Boogie, which should be good. The biggest problem is if he does it, then 100%. If Mr. Snowflake gets his documentary out and it's good, then I'm not going to do a documentary because I don't see a point in doing like full repetition. You know, if I'm being honest. So if he goes as in depth as he does with people like Amber Lynn, then I won't do a documentary because there's no point. I shouldn't have paused again, guys. I just talked there for 10 minutes and I could have come back to this.
And the thing that I'm afraid to really admit to is that I've hurt people so badly.
Okay, like who?
I see these comments online. I see these posts. I see these from people who
God, so cringe.
Rooted for me and believed in me and hoped for me.
Imagine like you're talking about like hurting people. Okay, this is the thing. Imagine you're talking about like hurting people. And you go, guys, I finally acknowledge that I have hurt people. That I have hurt people, guys, and I'm so sorry. I've hurt people, guys. I've hurt people, and I just don't know how I'm dealing with it, guys. I'm so sorry. I just can't. It just isn't fair. Something like that, okay? So he's doing this whole, like, sad Uber, I've hurt people thing. But it's not like, oh yeah, I pointed a loaded gun at Frank Hassel's head. Oh yeah, I potentially abused Lucy Fox. I've made up all these awful lies about other content creators, including me, Moist Critical, Mudahar, all these people. He's made all these awful lies. He's really gone after people. He's potentially tried to dox Christopher Tom. All that stuff. All of that stuff. And out of all of that, he's like, I saw a random internet comment by a guy who said he used to be a fan of mine and he said he doesn't like me anymore. And that's it. That's his idea of hurting people. That a fan of his stopped watching his stuff because he's cringe. That's it. Like, bro. Are we really doing this? Oh, God. It's just so lame. Who do you hear close to him? The cashier at the Five Guys burger joint. But, well, like, spraining their back because they had to carry all those burgers to him in one go. That's, well, Unlimited, I get what you're talking about. One, I think Mr. Snowflake has a better voice than me, probably. I like Mr. Snowflake's voice a lot. I really do. And the fact that he does hate me probably would elevate it. But the thing is, I actively think that Mr. Snowflake might hate Boogie more than me. Because I know a lot of people don't watch like Mr. Snowflake's like Boogie reaction things because people mainly know him as like the Amber Lynn reactors. People mainly watch his Amber Lynn content. But Boogie, like, he does reactions to like Boogie's. He did a reaction to Proof. I haven't watched it yet, but like it's called like I Don't Believe You. It's him like a horse head like laughing at it and stuff like that, pulling weird. I saw on Kiwi Farms him pulling like a face when Boogie starts like crying. All this kind of stuff. Collab with Mr. Snowflakes. We'll see. We'll do a gym collab at some point where his cheeks are red. His cheeks are always red nowadays. He claims it's Native American blood, but they're just always red. British Snowflakes wasn't as exotic as mine. Uwu. I appreciate the uwu. Thank you. That formed that into a really good sentence. God, yeah, it's I like Mr. Snowflake a lot. I highly recommend anyone watch Mr. Snowflake. Mr. Snowflake had made a video on Boogie and was quite happy that Boogie came out afterwards and like thanked him. He did his normal like humble thing about the video. It's like, oh my god, it's humbled me so much. But then Mr. Snowflake very quickly lost patience with him afterwards because then he immediately started like spiraling literally immediately afterwards. He made a video saying, oh yeah, guys, I'm just I'm such a nice guy. I'm so nice, and I've realized I've been humbled. I'm not gonna make mistakes anymore. I'm gonna be held accountable. And then immediately just went to hell. Mr. Snowflake hates me. No, Mr. Snowflake hates Boogie. I think Mr. Snowflake hates Boogie. Probably more than me. Sorry, did I word that weirdly? I must have worded that really stupidly. I'm sorry. I think Mr. Snowflake like hates Boogie like more than I do because like I don't really care. I have looked into Cyrex. I've reacted to Cyrex. I generally am not a fan of Cyrex content because it is kind of fun. It is, yeah, it's kind of funny at times. However, I can't really help but overlook the fact that Cyrex is clearly very mentally disturbed, and there's a part of me that is like, that is a bit low-hanging fruit for my taste. And then when the Marty thing happened recently and he punched Cyrex, like, yeah, Cyrex charged them and everything like that, so I'm not going to argue the legality of it and all. I just think it's kind of cringe. I think in real life, A-logging is incredibly cringe. So yeah, I wasn't fussed on the whole thing. I generally try not to follow it too much.
Eventually got enough and walked away. And they did so angry. And that has happened time and time again in my real life.
He's talking specifically about Haberdasher. I bet he's talking specifically about Haberdasher.
And I make no excuses for any of this because there are none.
Okay.
It's not an excuse, but hurt people hurt people.
Guys, I have no excuses. I just have no excuses, guys. However, by the way, here's my excuse. Bro, like, you couldn't even make it one sentence. You couldn't even make it one sentence from, there are no excuses for this, to immediately giving the excuse of hurt people hurt people. Like, just so you know, guys, it's not actually my fault, though. Never heard more fake rant. It is really bad. Because it is like, he gets so close. His right eye, it gets a wee, you can see a wee bit of sheen there. A wee bit of moisture. And it does not last very long at all. It doesn't last there at all. And it's like, oh, you were so close. You were so close.
And until you stop hurting yourself, you're going to hurt everyone that loves you.
Yeah, see, guys, he might have hurt all of you guys, but he hurt himself more. There you go, slam dunk. Don't get angry at him. He hurts himself. It's already like that. Is that emo 15-year-old teenage boy thing where it's like, you can't hit me any more than I hit myself. That it's that level of cringe. Indirectly telling us about all the sugar babies who've run away from his house. Look, I can read out a full chat in the time that he's sitting there sniffing. This is at 1.5 times speed, guys. Are we seriously doing this?
Out of all the people
I could have read War and Peace between those. I could have read War and Peace between that, guys.
over the hardest. Out of all the people I've hurt the most.
Please say I am the night potato. Like in a Batman voice. Like, I am the night. Something like that. I don't know.
I did most of it by fucking myself over.
That's horrible. Oh my god, how could you do that? Like, just imagine, this is your...
I let my own fucking teeth run out.
Okay, I'm going to say this here.
I let the circulation on my legs die.
Yep, you did. You certainly did, okay.
I let my body swell to 600 pounds.
You certainly did. Okay, see, I'm kind of at the point where he keeps talking about his teeth over and over and over again. Can we stop talking about the teeth? You know, like him, oh, my teeth were all right, my teeth fell out. It's like, yeah, they did, but you've got replacements. It has been like 4 years nearly since you got the replacements. Can you still, like, can we move on from the teeth thing? Yeah, people still meme on the teeth occasionally, but can you move on as a victim point? I think we're well beyond that. You got free, like, super magic teeth that usually cost like $30,000 or something like that. Can we move on from the teeth? You're really doing a big boo-hoo thing when you got gifted teeth for free. And also, apparently, he claimed that this was getting, like, 20 of his fans were getting gifted free teeth as well. I don't think was there ever a follow-up on that? Hello, Fitek, and hello, Switzerland in general. Did he forget about that? Did he forget about the 20 free teeth for his fans thing? Because I don't remember there being any follow-up on that. Well, am I wrong? Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
All in the names of protecting myself and trying to make myself the victim.
Yep.
Because I thought no one would want to victimize a victim.
Which is the stupidest opinion I've ever heard. Like,
of course they do.
No, yeah, really?
Of course they do.
Boogie explaining to everyone as a near 50-year-old man that, by the way, guys, bullying exists. Obviously, Boogie doesn't understand that, though, because in Boogie's fantasy world of his, like, high school, no one bullied, like, anyone, like, they beat up the bullies. If you bullied, like, a trans or a gay kid or something like that, him and his posse beat you up. He's almost 50. Yeah, he's like 48. How do you keep forgetting? He looks ancient. I know he's back to, like, dyeing his hair and dyeing his mustache and stuff like that. But like I love how much the mustache stands out as it's dyed compared to, like, the full gray hair.
Because they see you literally victimizing yourself.
Ooh, well, guys, feel sorry for me.
So, lesson learned, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
I love he says that so bitterly. I love this is meant to be his, like, being nice and being like, I'm so soft, guys. Ooh, we feel so sorry for me. Ooh, guys. But he still has to be like, oh, lesson learned. Thanks, guys. Like, how dare you? Yeah, well, I thought people would be nice to me because I'm the poor biggest victim in the entire universe, but I guess not. Yeah, well, lesson learned. Thanks, guys. It's like, okay, calm yourself down, bro. Jesus, like, come on, you can't do this whole, like, big song and dance about how you messed up and everything like that, and then get all upset that people, like, made fun of you because, like, you were apparently pathetic. I still think that people made more fun of you because of your, like, incredible ego, but hey, who knows, guys. Travis, yeah, how can I forget? He doesn't actually dye his beard. I'm projecting here.
What do I do about it?
Unlimited, he didn't even grow up in the 1980s. He grew up in the 1970s. He grew up in, was he 1974, wasn't he? Yeah, he was 1974. Boogie claimed that there was, like, there were like gay kids in his class and stuff like that, and no one cared. Like everyone was absolutely fine about it. But then someone like when he gets called transphobic for something I'm going to bring up in a minute. But he gets called transphobic for it. He's like, do you know what? I may have accidentally been transphobic. Well, I did grow up in the 1970s in the Bible Belt. And it's like, bro, you can't do both. I called him out for that in my monthly recap. Which, maybe that's the only reason he's suddenly using that as a defense. But I called him out for that. And it's like, bro, you can't claim that you grew up as a liberal who realized that you were a cis, white, heterosexual male, and as such you had fucking privilege. You can't claim that. But also then claims like, oh, I grew up as a hillbilly in Hicksville in the 1970s. It's like, bro, you can just admit, you can be fine and say, look, okay, yeah, when I was young, I was dumb. And I was, I didn't really care about gay people. You can say something like that. That's fine. Because you've grown, you've matured from it. It is so weird when you're doing it. Like, no, I've always been a good guy. But he's over that Twitch stream. He melted down on recently, Irishman. Which one was that? Which Twitch stream did he melt down recently? Like, in the last couple of days, I'll have to download it and watch it.
And the answer is to stay here. I had a lot of work to do.
You keep on fighting, guys. I'm a saint. I'm fighting for you guys. The Boogie Crypt video? Oh,
I don't know how to do it. I don't know what to do yet. I have no clue.
But you've said you've been cured 6 times. Talk to your actual therapist instead of some weird shaman guy.
Friend who is also seeing my therapist said that I might end up deleting this YouTube channel altogether after my second experience. And
this is so silly.
I think if this weren't a tool that I can use to help people, I think I would have.
Look at the long pauses. They're really trying to add gravity to this. He claimed that a friend told him. So some random friend who also magically is involved in this treatment process. Sure, okay, cool, 100%. I'm glad that we have like an NPC who just like is there to agree with you and say stuff for you to bounce off. It's almost like that isn't something Boogie does all the time anyway. This friend randomly told Boogie, I think you're going to delete your YouTube channel because you had a bad trip. And Boogie's like, wow, I might have. If not for YouTube apparently being a tool for him to like, yeah, the FBI friend Travis. Apparently, like, if he didn't see YouTube as a tool to like help himself, he would have. Why would he ever see YouTube as a tool to help himself? The best thing that could happen for Boogie is for him just to leave the internet. That is the only way he is going to get better. Because right now he is in an echo chamber of his weird little fan base constantly patting on the butt being, no, you don't have to change. You're the goodest boy ever. But he can't even focus on them. He has to focus on like the one A-log being like, I'm going to 10 times sissy hypno you. That's the stuff he focuses on. He can't improve when he's online. Especially not on like Twitch and Twitter in particular. Those are like the worst things in the world for him. What would he do if his YouTube is gone? I haven't. Sell any of this stuff. Sell any of it. Like the dude must have well over $100,000 in Magic the Gathering cards. I don't care what claims he made. He talked about that Dojin Jin signed by the artist that's worth like, I don't know, potentially 5 figures. Like, bro, I can't imagine that's like the only high sale card you have. I really doubt it. He would sell feet pics. He's already selling bathtub pics on OnlyFans. Travis R, I hadn't considered ego death. I should have.
But the souls who still watch this, the souls who still watch me, the souls that still care.
The souls, the good souls.
I know you are clinging on still to see me get this right.
You guys are clinging on to see me get this right. Boogie really puts a lot of like effort into thinking that people like really like live vicariously through him and really care about him a lot. It's like, bro, do you know what? I think people just kind of watch you. You're just some like content creator. I'm sorry. I really think you're just some content creator. Like, he really thinks like people are like desperately staying with him because they want to see him save himself and be the best person ever. Bro, you're just some guy online. I'm sorry. You're just some guy online. Do you know how sad people get when like VTubers graduate and people like, this is like VTubers graduate and people are obsessed with VTubers. People think those VTubers are actually secretly their girlfriend in their head. People get upset about those. Do you know what? They then move on very quickly. they move on very quickly. Occasionally you have people still do like remember Kiryu Koko or remember Rusha or remember Aloha or something like that. But do you know what? They just immediately find another girl to simp over. That's the long and short of it, my dude. Do you think Boogie records these videos, uploads them, and then plays them back 3 weeks later just to agree with, feel sorry for himself? Oh yeah, 100%. Boogie on live stream will watch his own videos back and will like joke about how funny they are and stuff like that. Boogie will like say, guys, you want to watch a Francis video? And he'll sit there and just watch his Francis video, laughing at it, and keep staring at the chat. He's done like things where he's like played like a Francis video and goes like, type funny in chat when it's funny, guys. Type laugh when you laugh at it. Tell me when you laugh at it. I was like, cringe. Or goes through his own Wikipedia like he did. Yeah, that was kind of cringe.
I got you.
The crazy eye contact.
I got you. I'm doing this for us.
I'm doing
God,
this.
I hope you know.
I'm gonna fix myself for the fans. Imagine saying something like that. Imagine saying something like that. Bro, it makes my skin crawl. It's so cringe. And it's generally like just so weird. It's like, bro, can we just nod? Can we just not? Can you just like admit, like, I want to fix myself because I've ruined my life, as opposed to doing this whole like song and dance about that, and then ending up being, but I'm actually doing this for the fans. You guys watching right now, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to join my membership. I'm amazed he doesn't shill his like t-shirt just randomly at the end of this.
What that means. God, I hope if you're...
Sana's graduation still makes you sad. I never really watched Sana. So I unfortunately can't comment on that. But I do know a lot of people were sad Sana graduated. Did she not go back to doing one of her other personalities? Because I know she had like a personality before she did Sana. Did she not go back to doing that? Because she just couldn't do Hololive because she didn't have enough free time.
Still watching. I hope you know what that means. But I'm doing this for us.
That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Oh, this is so parasocial. It gets worse. It gets more parasocial in a second, guy. But remember, this is Boogie. This is the guy who like cries constantly that his trolls are like super parasocial, but his fan base are just like normal people. Remember that. Boogie literally has claimed that he just has like a normal fan base, like a totally normal people fan base. They're just like normal dudes online. Yeah, puppy dog eyes. Exactly. He's going full puppy dog eyes here. This is a guy who claims, I have a normal fan base. My guys are just like normal. They just go and do their office job, and they might tune in every once in a while. We're just normal guys. And then he's sitting here being like, guys, I know you're desperately clinging on to hope that I save myself, but I'm doing this for you. I love you guys. It's like, bro, you're so parasocial. You have no right to project on your trolls that your trolls are parasocial with you. You really have no right to say that. Who gets Boogie's estate when he dies? Me.
Truly.
Me.
And authentically.
This.
Let me tell you that I love you.
Like, cringe. Come on.
And of course,
random guys on the internet, just so you know, I love you. I love you guys. It's like, okay, Boogie, calm yourself down. More than a little. More than a little. Like, that's cringe. You're trying so hard to build this parasocial relationship. This is entirely to convince people that he's such a nice, soft, little poor victim who's been victimized by the evil people online and also by himself because he's fat, I guess. It's just cringe. I'm sorry. I
mean, me too.
This is just embarrassing. This is actually an embarrassing video. I understand why a lot of people won't talk about this.
It's hard.
Because, like, talking about this...
It's hard right now.
Can just make you look like a bad person for just calling
but
out
I think
someone
as I continue to discover
who is trying to fake cry this hard, because it automatically just makes you look like you're punching down. Luckily, I have like 2,000 subscribers, so I'm not punching down. It's always weird when Boogie claims that I am bullying him, and I'm just sitting like, bro, really? Hi. Like, when Boogie claims I'm bullying him, I always have like a spasm in my brain because I'm like, bro, I have like 2K subscribers. You have 4 million. You have 4 million subscribers. Can we really not? You have 200,000 times the audience or something like that of me. I just so you know, I guessed that number immediately. We all know I'm bad at math. Don't dare. Don't dare correct me if I'm wrong. Just say I'm right.
for the world and the things in it and how it all works. I think it'll get a lot easier.
Lord Fango, he's not like the child going to tell a teacher in the playground. He is like the star quarterback. He's gonna suck himself off for hearing me describe myself as this. He is like the star quarterback of the football team, being upset and going to the teacher and saying, the kid in the corner with Down syndrome who is eating crayons is bullying me. He is that. If he is honestly as what he describes as a legend of YouTube who makes masterpieces with 4 million subscribers, 500,000 Twitter followers, is claiming that me, some random dude who has 2K subscribers, is bullying him. Calm down. I know I know he doesn't actually have 4 million active subscribers, but he has 4 million subscribers. Like, you know, I just think it's a bizarre claim to act like I am genuinely like I'm somehow bullying him and picking on him. Like, I don't talk to you about a single person who has smaller subscriber count than me. I don't talk about a single person who has a smaller subscriber count than me. Do you know why? Because there's very few who have smaller subscriber counts than me. There have been people I've looked at before, like random people I've stumbled upon on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, this person can make a funny wee thing to talk about, and then I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really know if I want to dedicate my time to like really going hard for someone who's like seriously. I mean, people I've seen who have like 2 live followers on a stream, watching them, and they're sitting there arguing with the live followers and stuff like that. And I've been like, oh, this could be funny to talk about. And I'm like, I don't know what. It's not really how I do. I punch up. I don't punch down. Yet.
But you're easy to love. You are, and I love you.
Oh, thanks, Boogie. Boogie loves us, guys. Boogie loves us.
Before I end this thing, I hope it doesn't go viral. I hope this is just seen by the people that it needs to be seen by, and I hope that's a small number of people.
I hope only a small number of people see this, guys. By the way, there are 3 mid-roll ads, just in case, and also hit a super thanks if you want as well. He has a super thanks activated on it. Oh god, that's so bad. Do you know what he could have done if he because he was tweeting about this too. He was tweeting about this too. Yeah, he really hopes he doesn't go viral. He was tweeting about it too, guys. Building up before it even came out, he was tweeting about it, being like, guys, I'm about to release the only real authentic video I've ever experienced in my entire life, guys. He was hype manning his own video coming out and saying he doesn't want it to go viral. Could you try any harder? Any harder? I'm beating on DSP now. Well, has DSP got less views than me? Oh, okay. I mean, I'm doing well today. Oh, it's literally, I only have this many viewers because I have Boogie in the title. That is 100% the only reason why. I'm not going to pretend I have an ego. Like, it's only because Boogie's in the title, as opposed to like Happy Hump Day, which is my usual go-to thing. But hey, Boogie says I'm trying to get his attention. Kind of, really? I'm streaming right now, ma'am. I'm streaming right now. What's the matter? Do you need a poop? Oh, you do. You need a poop. No, I think someone might need a poop. I'm gonna quickly let her out here. I'm gonna let the end of the video play for the last 20 seconds, and then I will. I know. Be patient with me. I'm gonna did Chad walk in the room? No, that was Boogie just walked into my room. So I'm gonna quickly let the last of this play here, and then we will. I'm gonna have to put it down to 1 speed just so I have time to walk over there because there's only 20 seconds left to let her out, and I'll be back in a minute.
But if you're somebody who's watched me for a long time and left, or someone who's still watching, I want you to know I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm probably more right than I've ever been. This probably looks like crazy to you, but I promise you this is the first recording of sanity I've ever made.
I should have just let that keep going on the surviving edge for weapons. It came back just in time. Goober hates Amber. I think she's okay with Amber. I think she's a bit of an Am baby, but she really hates Chantel. So yes, guys, the whole thing is just Liam. I don't want to make it go viral. This is Mr. Snowflake's video on it, by the way, guys. I'm glad you can sleep silently now. Yeah. So the whole thing is just. It's so cringe. It's so very clearly manipulative and so clearly him just trying to, I don't know, just hide from the fact that like everyone obviously hates him. Like he's trying to suck up a wee bit. Goober is a girl. Goober is a girl. Yes. So do you know why I think this is happening, guys? I think it's happening for this reason. There's a guy called Little Joel, just under 100,000 subscribers. Quite a lefty guy. Quite a lefty guy. He's a bit of an odd duck. I've never even heard of him before, never watched his videos or anything like that before. But he is quite a lefty YouTuber. And he made this video, Boogie298, Woke Advertising and Transphobia. And as you see, it very, very much overperformed compared to the rest of his videos. It is 133,000 views. This came out like a day or two before his Boohoo Feel Sorry For Me video. And my opinion is that Boohoo Feel Sorry For Me video is because he was starting to get a lot of attention because of this video. This video, where I've never watched it, because... Hey, everyone. Sorry. I haven't watched it because I generally just try not to watch things that are going like really politically. It's not really my bag, as everyone says. The dude has some wild hair. He looks like a comedian from British TV. I can't remember what the comedian's name is. So I generally try not to talk about like gender issues and politics and stuff like that. Everyone knows I'm just here for a laugh, and I don't go into really overly heavy stuff. But I was always curious because I saw this and it was doing really well. Like I said, haven't watched it. Apparently the guy went fairly moderate on Boogie. Joe Wilkinson, maybe that's the guy. Joe Wilkinson. Oh, it's pretty check. Wilkinson. Yes, 100%. That's who I was thinking of. This guy. Thank you, Lord Fango. Do appreciate that. So, like, yeah, okay. I'm just here for fun time, so I never watched it. But I was going to watch it from my March recap anyway, because it talks about a video of Boogie's that I haven't even seen yet before. Hershey's, where he's talking about the Hershey's chocolate bar ad, where I think they had like a trans woman for like the advertising or something. I don't know. Big Joel is his main channel. It's usually pretty good. Okay, cool. I accidentally called him Big Joe when I was talking about him before, and then I went and looked him up, and he's called Little Joel. Okay. See, that's the thing. I don't really know. Oh yeah, there it is. There. God, how could I miss that? Listen, so I don't really know too much about the guy. Jordan Peterson IQ, trash. He's a fairly popular guy. I don't really know. I generally don't watch a lot of things. It's like when I did a reaction to Xander Hall, I have no idea who Xander Hall is, apart from that, which is really funny when I was doing my flamenco video, and like I kept hearing him talking about, and just going nuts about someone called Xander Hall, and I was like, I know that name. And then suddenly it popped out to me. I was like, oh, I did a reaction to one of his videos. Okay. Is this about Godzilla? We must destroy what the bomb cannot. So it has Nazis in it, so I already know it's off to a good start. I'm just curious if this is about Godzilla. Yeah, it is. It's about Godzilla. Yeah. Oh, I might watch this because I like Godzilla. I haven't watched the original Godzilla in a very long time. I might watch it. I'm assuming it's very lefty politicsy. But to be fair, I would argue Godzilla is quite lefty politicsy anyway. It's very anti-nuclear proliferation. It's about science over everything like that. Yeah, okay. Oh, I might watch it. I'll leave that. I'll stick it over on the screen here, and I'll watch that later on. Because why not? So yeah, but the thing I was interested in is when you go down through it, and by the way, here's all my lovely stuff I've been watching. Some fantastic stuff. Here's Korone, primary waifu, EFAP, obviously, guys. Just in case anyone's curious about what I'm watching, because why not? We always go through all my stuff. So Boogie 298 transphobia arc. It's hilarious. He's truly at the end of the rope, just doing whatever for some crumbs of attention. 2k upvotes. If I had $1 for every time someone who defended J.K. Rowling wasn't being transphobic, I'd have $0. 2.6. Boogie has always been an enlightened centrist with pretty shitty takes when it comes to supporting these causes. He hit rock bottom, is now appealing to the right so he can get that sweet, sweet grifter money. Boogie has always had a very thinly veiled bigotry. He loves to say bigoted things and promote bigoted hate behavior under the guise of being a fence sitter, while also acting like an activist. Trans people should have their own day. Fun fact, Boogie, we have two. One of them points out that we exist, and the other is when we count our dead. Well, yeah, that's not fun at all. Boogie straight up implying trans women aren't women was so dumb. Hershey's will satisfy just use women because trans women are women. I'm tired, man. So this entire comment section is dunking. Watch Corone's stream. Hey, shut up. My stream's better, guys. This entire comment section this is Boogie's target audience. Boogie has always tried to claim he's super, super left-leaning. And this entire comment section, very left, they're tearing Boogie apart. Calling him like alt-right, Nazi. So they're going hard at him. And come on. This is like, what? The day before. This is like the day before. 100% Boogie made this because he got a lot of pushback from the lefty crowd because of this, and he did a boo-hoo, look at me, I'm crying on camera video now to make up for it. Okay? That's my opinion on the matter. It just seems too coincidental of a time period. Yes, guys, was there anything else I really needed to talk about? This is what I wanted to say here. Hello, Oki. Yes, 200 people in chat. I've done surprisingly well this stream. What was I saying here? I don't think there's a huge amount more to talk about on stream here. I think we went through Proof. I think it was quite fun in general. We talked about the flamenco stuff at the start. Anyone who came in late, the flamenco stuff was kind of interesting. Generally, I'm trying to decide right now because, like I said, this stream is already immediately demonetized. If I should go and like clip this up and put it up as a video, like maybe talking about the flamenco thing separately, maybe do as a wee video. I don't know. Clip up the stream, make it 2 videos. One talking about the flamenco thing, one talking about the Proof thing. I don't know. I generally don't know, guys. It's kind of all over the place because you know, I just I'm trying to put a little bit more energy into the channel again because as people know, I've kind of disappeared over the last couple of months because I have been just generally busy in real life, and then my second channel was getting a fair bit of my attention because my second channel is genuinely the most easy thing that I've ever experienced in my entire life. It is seriously just me watching like vlogs and people getting groceries and stuff like that and just joking around about them. I like my second channel because it is just fun and it's just easy. And it's a wee silly thing I do as a wee side project, and it's super easy whilst I try and work on bigger projects for my main channel. Gotta ask, I've heard you say you're a big anime. What's your top anime of all time? I'm gonna say mine's One Piece. I tried to get into One Piece, and I did like it, but I was reading the manga, I never watched the anime. But One Piece is okay. I always told myself, I'm going to wait till it's done, and I'm going to plow through the whole thing. My favorite anime of all time? I don't know. Always considered Kino no Tabe for a long time was always my favorite anime of all time. Let's see. I'm really bad at remembering things I like, so I have to occasionally go and have a wee look at my list, because I know... Full Alchemist Brotherhood is rated fairly highly up on it. Log Horizon, I really like Log Horizon a lot. Let's have a wee look here, see what my top rated anime of all time are. Because I do have my mal. Spirited Away, I like Spirited Away. Kino no Tabe, very good. Gurren Lagann, very good. Bakano, Sword of Stranger, Evangelion 2, Bakemonogatari, Full Alchemist Brotherhood, K-On! Seasons 1 and 2, really like both of them. Bunny Drop, I feel really bad. Bunny Drop I watched and give it a 10 out of 10. Anyone who doesn't know what Bunny Drop is, it's called Usagi Drop in Japanese. I give it a 10 out of 10 because I was like, I really enjoyed that. It was a really good anime. And then, Angles, thank you very much. Talk about your least favorite anime trope. Thank you very much for the super chat. My least favorite anime trope, I don't know. It's a hard one to go for. I generally struggle with romance anime a lot. I think romance anime have a lot of bad tropes in them. One of my least favorite ones being the sharing an umbrella trope, especially if it leads to one of the characters getting sick. I've seen it in too many romance anime just as a reason to try and make two characters like fall instantly in love and flirt with each other. But thank you very much for the super chat, my dude. But Bunny Drop is about a guy who, like, his dad dies. And it turns out his dad had like an illegitimate stepchild with a girl, with some young woman, and she's like, I don't know, like 6 years old or something like that. And he decides to take her in because the dad's kind of a loser, so he decides to take her in and adopt her as his daughter. And the anime is good. It's about some guy just trying to learn how to be a dad, and it's like, oh, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Mob Psycho, do you know what? Forever, you may be right. Mob Psycho may be my favorite anime. I genuinely love Mob Psycho so much. From this season anime, my favorite anime is Farming Life in Another World, because it's just chill, it's just fun. As I described in my review, it is Minecraft with tits, and it works out so well for me. I really enjoyed it. Watch Watamote. I didn't like Watamote. But Bunny Drops, so he adopts this girl, everything's all good, and it's like, yeah, okay, this is going pretty good. And it was a good anime, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really good, just a chill guy who's a likable person trying to learn how to be a father. You know, and trying to pick his own life up at the same time because he's kind of a loser in real life, so he tries to pick it up. Then I heard afterwards, because they only did one season of the anime, which covers a tiny amount of the manga, but in the manga it goes on that she grows up to be like 16 years old and then falls in love with him, and his adopted daughter get together. And I was like, oh no. And I just was like sank. I was like, oh, really, are we doing this? Log Horizon's great, Kill la Kill's great. Nice Estonia is probably my favorite mecha anime. I really love Nice Estonia so much. The Silent Voice is incredible. It was something I was tempted to do a video on, comparing it to the manga, because I really like the differences in some ways and hate the differences in other ways. One Punch Man, Your Name, Violet Evergarden, Weathering with You. Weathering with You, I don't think, no way, that's a 10. I really don't think that's a 10. And Cyberpunk Edge Runners is pretty damn good. And it doesn't exist. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, the manga is the manga ending is just. When I heard that, I was like, come on, can we not? Well, okay, what was happening? Fate Apocalypse made me an anime fan. Yeah, I still need to watch more Fate. Like you've been telling me to watch Fate for ages, and I really need to watch it. Violet Evergarden is genuinely very, very good. But yes, guys, I do think that's probably the stream here. I need to go and get Goober in from the toilet. So, yes, guys, it was really fun. Thank you so much for everyone coming and watching. It's been a good, fun stream. I think we've all had a good time. Like I said, I'll see what I can do. This stream I might maybe unlist it, I don't know, and just add it to my, because I was always planning on doing a live stream thing, and just adding like live streams, and maybe unlisting the live streams afterwards, and just leaving them in a live stream playlist. So I might do that, and maybe clip out, kind of like Papa Gut does, like my talking about like flamenco and the Boogie thing. I might do that. Don't expect anything from me, guys, because you know I'm bad at following through with things, but I do appreciate everyone showing up. I really do hope you all had a good time. And yes, guys, maybe next Wednesday we'll meet up. We'll have another one here, okay? Have a good one, guys. Take care of yourselves now.